Play a long version of the music today. Welcome
Yes.
in, everybody. It's finally a Friday. Gwynn and Chris on San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3 The Fan. Chris Ello and Mr. Skraby today in the Bill House Studios, otherwise known as the Odyssey Palace. We know how, and we know how to hopefully entertain you for the next 4 hours with a bunch of sports talk and a lot going on. And Mr. Tony Gwynn Jr., once again, winning Dad of the Year honors. You know, he's taking leaving spring training.
Yeah.
Because his daughter will be playing in the CIF soccer championship game tomorrow. But unfortunately for us, we won't have him on the show today. But
they're playing at Rockies, so I'm sure he would have to fight some sort of traffic back.
You know what? You're right.
Are they far?
They are. That's what is it? Tilted stick, tilted stick, whatever it is.
Tilted kilt is no longer there.
Remember the tilted kilt. The Rocky Stadium is long, quite a ways from Peoria, so he'd have trouble getting back anyway. Rockies 2, Padres 1. You know, anytime you go up against that Rockies pitching staff, it's tough. And the Padres have been held only 3 hits today. Manny has the only RBI on a sacrifice fly. Vasquez, though,
he's been looking great.
2 2/3, 4 punchies, no hits. He did walk 2, but that's another good outing for him. Tristan McKenzie getting on the mound today in a relief role, 2 innings, allowed 1 run, struck out 3. So a couple of the competitors there for the final 2 spots in the rotation. Hunter Goodman, who I think hit 30-something home runs last year, very quietly for the Rockies. He hit a home run today. So 2-1 Colorado. They're in the 7th inning. We'll keep you up to date there. Sam Levitt's going to join us from down in Peoria or Tilted Stick or wherever he might be.
Talking stick.
Or on the Route 66.
He could.
Who knows? Maybe his father's having a birthday today. I don't know. And he had to drive up there. But Sammy will join us from down there. And I'm looking forward especially to our countdown today.
I don't know the hardest one ever.
I honestly don't know why we haven't done this before. It seems like such an easy one, given the way I look at things, given the way you look at things. It's going to be our top 5 worst movies we've ever seen. How did we not come up with this a long time ago? We've been doing this for 7 years. We've done Jack Nicholson movies and Meryl Streep.
Tom Cruise has never done a bad movie.
But you know what I mean? Every category, but we've never done our worst.
I don't have. Hey, I know this has been hard.
Skraby loves every movie ever made.
I can find some joy in every single movie.
Right. So you've had trouble with this list, but that'll be coming up a little later. We got Chris versus the Fans today, Big 5, Daily Gambit, and into the weekend we roll. In a particularly good mood today, Skraby, which is rare. I get that. I know everybody out there just went, wow. But here's why. One of the things that I am a fan of is people doing something nice and getting nothing in return for their effort.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody just doing something nice for somebody else because it's the nice thing to do.
Like holding the door open for someone?
Even that, I do that appreciate. All the time. All right, so I had 3 instances of this today.
Wow. You should get on the camera when you can.
I'm sorry. One of the instances, one of the problems I'm having.
And while you're doing that, I'll tell everyone that you can watch us on YouTube. You can just type in Gwynn and Chris.
Not right now, you can't.
SD. I'm on YouTube. I'm right here.
All right, here I am. All right,
thank you.
There. But thank you for reminding me.
Tell me about your instances.
All right, so here's instance number 1. I had a doctor's appointment this morning, and I've missed this doctor appointment before. It's one of those kind of ones I go every 6 months, checkup type thing.
Okay, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you get text message reminders?
It's up to me to remember.
You need to get reminders.
Well, no. But they don't send me anything.
They're just not offering that service.
Right. They don't do that.
Okay.
So it's up to me to get it in my calendar and not forget about it. And every time I don't make it, $200.
Oh!
And guess who's not happy about that?
Your wife.
Not happy at all. The bill comes in and she goes, did you miss an appointment?
Uh-oh.
And then I get the whole laundry list of you got to do better. You got to be responsible, everything.
Uh-oh.
So $200 if I miss the appointment. Well, I had one today. It's up in what is it, Encinitas, I think.
Oh yeah.
So it's I should drop by and say hi next time.
We could go get some coffee or something.
Yeah, that's not
actually.
Gonna
We're probably like two ships in the night passing each other.
Never gonna happen. But I'm driving up. Appointment was at 10 a.m. today, and I got to Del Mar Heights. And there was an accident to end all accidents.
Oh, yeah. Del Mar, I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
That area has been really tough lately.
Actually, the accident was at Del Mar Heights. I was at Carmel Valley Road down the hill from it.
Oh, going up that hill in traffic.
It wasn't even moving.
Oh, no.
All right. So I got there at 9:30 at Carmel Valley Road. I didn't reach the top of the hill till 10:15. So 45 minutes to go 1 mile.
Did you contact the doctor's
office?
office?
I contacted the doctor, but she doesn't pick up the phone. Obviously, she's busy. So I left a message, explained my situation, and I was keeping my fingers crossed that she'd be in a good mood. She did call me back about 10 minutes after my appointment. Where are you? And I told her what was going on, and she said, I'll give you another appointment and no charge for this one.
Wow.
So thank you to her. That saved me not only $200, but even more importantly than the $200, Skraby, a lashing at the hands of my wife. Like, I'd rather pay the $200 than hear the, how I messed up. So there's one.
Okay, one.
So thank you to the doc.
All right.
Number two, thank you to whoever it was that picked up my credit card that fell out of my golf bag 3 days ago. Then I was traveling and I wasn't thinking about it and I kind of forgot about it. Then I came back home and I'm like, oh yeah, I got to see if they miraculously have my my credit card. Somebody had turned it in.
Wow.
So I call the golf course. The guy goes, yeah, here it is. I go, really? So thank you to that person who doesn't even get credit because I don't know who it was.
I mean, there's no real reason.
No, you could pick it up and start buying stuff, I guess, if you're one of those people.
I would feel so guilty.
Oh, of course. But that doesn't mean people don't do it.
I know.
So those are two people. And then the third one goes surprisingly to Kevin. And you know who Kevin is, Skrabe.
Oh, the guy in 7-Eleven?
We've talked about Kevin. He is the guy that works behind the counter at our 7-Eleven.
He helped me yesterday.
All right. Kevin is kind of like a white tornado back there. He's running here. He's running there.
He's a one-man band.
He is. And he's just kind of always stressed out, even if no one's in line. You get up at the front and go, hey, why? Like that. So that's Kevin. And so we actually gave him a hard time, you and I, about a month ago, and we were kicking around.
See, I don't have as big of a problem with Kevin.
I don't have any problems with him, but I just said that his attitude is kind of comical to me. But today I got there, and the line was to the back of the store, one of those really long ones.
I know that one.
All right. All the way back. And he was the only guy there. Usually there's a second person in that situation who'll come out and check some people out to move the line along. But God love Kevin. Kevin, there's 2 registers there, you know. Kevin checked one person out at one register, and while they were putting their card and signing in, he ran to the other register.
This is the pro
and
move.
Checked the other one. Then he ran back to the first one and checked that person. Then he ran back. Kevin, thank you.
This is the pro move.
That was a total move that he didn't even need to do. I was prepared to stand there, as was everybody else, but Kevin wouldn't have it. He was hustling, and he gets nothing for that other than my applause.
Yeah, well, let me do this for him.
Give Kevin a round of applause there. So 3 acts of kindness, 3 totally different manners of kindness, but that's enough to kind of, perk me up a little bit. Okay. I was happy to see all that today.
All right, everyone do this every single day coming into work for Chris. So he comes in.
Somebody do something nice so I'm in a good mood. Yeah.
Here, I have a Cole on the chat said, on the other side of good people, lost my wallet at Food for Less, and an hour later, some idiot was trying to swipe my every card in my wallet as if the $70 cash wasn't enough.
There you go. Yeah.
And then Monster says they love us. Love you too, Monster.
All right. Well, thank you to the people that were nice today, and I'm sorry that happened to Cole out there.
Yeah.
But that can happen. If you said who's going to do anything with your credit card, a lot of people, unfortunately, in this world that we live in,
I love about
will do something and not turn it in at all.
I don't have any worries about people trying to steal my financial information.
You're not worried about
I got nothing to steal.
Here's the funny thing. I'm not either. But if my wife is happening to hear this segment right now, which is a possibility, the phone's going to ring at the end of this segment, and she's going to say, "You lost a credit card?" I'm still going to take, I'm risking a talking to by sharing that story.
Well, thank you for risking it.
So I'm risking. I just want everybody to know she's not going to be pleased. But the bottom line is the credit card is back safely. Nobody used it, and somebody checked it in for me.
This actually reminds me of a story when I was 18 and I was working at Vaughn's, and I was a bagger. And I was doing the cart duty in the parking lot, and I found a wallet, and it had tons of money in it.
Oh boy!
And the thought did cross my mind: why don't you just grab all this cash and drop the wallet? And then I thought, no, that's bad karma. So I brought it into the office. They called the guy. He actually ended up trying to give me $100, but according to Vaughn's, because my boss was standing right next to me, I'm not allowed to take it.
Your boss, man. Because the thing is, if you find a wallet with that much money in it, to be honest, even though you're doing a nice thing, you almost expect to be given $100 or something.
I didn't expect anything. But when that was dangled in front of me at age 18, $100 is like $1,000.
I would be expecting a little reward if I saved somebody that much money. So
someone
but your boss messed that up for you.
Yes. I think Kevin might be my uncle. You just described him perfectly.
Kevin is not your uncle. Maybe
we don't know.
Maybe he's somebody's uncle, but thanks to Kevin, thanks to my doctor, thanks to the person who picked up the credit card.
Wow.
All acts of kindness, and maybe that'll trigger somebody listening today to do something nice for somebody else out there. 2:12, we're underway. You probably tuned in actually not to hear about all that. You want to know what's going on in the world of sports. Gave you the Padres score. You're not missing a whole lot else.
When we
check
get
in
back
on some other things, because you do have one interesting story here.
Yes, but when we get back, we're going to start the segment with a Randy Vasquez strikeout montage.
Oh wow, you're gonna play them all?
Yeah, we're gonna get to it.
Skraby,
I'm feeling good today too, Chris.
Skraby earning his salary when we return on Gwynn and Chris.
Are your investments? Ball and 2 strikes to Hunter Goodman. Vasquez turns and delivers a fastball right on the outside corner at the knees, and strike 3 called. Long look into Campusano. Now the 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Seems like a continuation. Swing and a miss here, and a strikeout of Thompson, his 3rd K of the day, 1 out. Now the 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks of Thompson and McCann. That's 4 on the day for Randy.
Oh, man, that was a professional job of editing those together, Skrabe.
I'll give the credit to Padres Twitter.
Oh, well, whoever did it, good job
the
out
Padres
there.
Did it.
Oh, they did that. I was going to say, that didn't sound like your work.
Oh, my work would be better.
Oh, you think?
Oh, yeah.
I see. Yeah. Jesse Agler on the call. Spring training today. 2-1 Rockies over the Padres. They are in the 8th inning right now. But earlier, Randy Vasquez, 4 strikeouts for the Padres. And by the way, Padres have just tied it up here in the 8th inning with a run. Taylor drove it in. Is that Samad Taylor? Yes, it is.
I believe so, yes.
Yes, he drove in the run. So 2-2, Padres batting in the top of the 8th inning of that spring training affair with the Rocks. Gwynn and Chris, Crisello, and Tony Gwynn Jr., Tony idle today. One quick note before we get into something here that is well, it's going to cause me to be angry at somebody, and it's somebody that
but you don't know.
I'm going to just assume. Okay. All right, I'm going to assume that it's his fault. But before we get to this, Dodgers, this is so annoying. They're 6-0 in spring training coming into today. Like, they haven't even lost a spring training game. Thank goodness. They're going to lose today. They're down 11-2 to the Giants in the 6th inning, but they're so annoying to begin with. And then to just race through spring training, like they're basically saying to everybody right now, we can just win when we're not even trying with our 3rd string players.
What have you told me over the years? Spring training doesn't matter. Remember when I was all excited about the Padres winning?
I know it doesn't matter, but it's
annoying. I get it.
I still want to see somebody hang a couple of L's on them.
Well, they're on their way.
They're going to get one today. All right, I'm going to let you give this story because you kind of found out about it before I did. But if you were with us yesterday, and hope you were, we had a big thing about the ownership situation of the Padres. And The Athletic broke the story that a group featuring Hall of Fame quarterback Drew Brees was interested in buying the Padres. That, of course, grabbed everybody's attention.
Yahoo
Drew Brees
Sports,
is a big name.
Popped up on my phone. Everything went
Yahoo,
crazy.
Athletic, everybody reported this, and it sounded pretty solid, right? It said that Drew Brees was hooked up with the guy from Viore, Joe Cudla, and that the company is worth $5 billion, and that it's based in Carlsbad, and that Cudla and Brees have put in this bid to buy the Padres. And we talked about how good that would be. And, Tony chimed in on it, with hey, that would make it more, make it seem a lot more likely, if you're worried about it anyway, that the Padres would stay in San Diego. They're staying anyway, but if a San Diego company bought them, I think that would be Drew cool. Brees, right? So all of this was talked about yesterday. I pick up the paper today. Kevin Acey's on top of this for the UT, as he always is, and he said, "Yeah, the deal is down to 5 buying bidders." And he talked about your guy with the Warriors, who's one of them, Joe Lacob. Mm-hmm. Talked about Feliciano, the owner of the premier club, Chelsea. Mm-hmm. Talked about Friedkin, the other San Diego guy who owns Everton and another, Premier League or whatever team. So those 3, everybody kind of knows anyway. Yep. And then he wrote this, and I'm going to give Kevin at least the smarts of doing this. He said, additionally, The Athletic reported that Viore CEO Joe Cudla has partnered with Drew Brees to lead one of the groups bidding for the Padres. And then Kevin wrote, the identity of the 5th bidder is unknown.
Yes.
Well, apparently the identity of the 4th bidder is also unknown, because we come to find out.
You want me to read the editor's note?
I do, but before I want to tell you, we come to find out that Cudla's not put a bid in at all.
And Brees isn't.
And Brees isn't involved at all.
That doesn't mean that they're not involved
on the periphery somewhere.
Yes.
But they're not to this stage. And I'm thinking that Drew Brees was probably at home relaxing yesterday.
Yeah.
No, he may not have been listening, but I'm sure somebody he knows was. and they probably called him and said, Drew, that's awesome. You're buying the Padres.
Like,
and he went, huh? All right. So read the editor's note that the Athletic came up with, and understand the editor's note is what you're the minimally required to do when you make a mistake.
Oh, but go ahead. Sorry.
But I just want to point out there was probably huge headlines for this yesterday.
Yeah.
And the editor's note is something that they put in the corner to cover their behind, but to try to not make them look so bad.
Well, this is right up top.
Okay.
Right before you get into the article. And it's also Dennis has taken responsibility on Twitter. He's tweeted a few times about it. So he's trying to make people aware that what was reported yesterday is not true. And here's the update. Here's what the editor note said. An earlier version and headline of this article incorrectly reported the status of Joe Cudla and Drew Brees' stake in a possible sale of the San Diego Padres. They are expressing interest in being part of a bid to buy the team. They did not submit a bid before the Padres' deadline for initial bids, nor are they leading a bid. The article and headline have been corrected.
All right. So okay. So you said Dennis Lin because his name was on the article, and it not surprising to me that Dennis Lin would be stand up and immediately tweet out, hey, this got messed up.
I trust his reporting.
I do too. But here's the person I don't trust.
Oh, no.
The person
Be careful. Be careful.
I'm
allegedly.
Sorry. I'm just saying. No, his name was on the article.
Yeah, but allegedly what you're about to say.
Let me speak. Don't be editing me before I speak.
Okay.
Ken Rosenthal's name was also on this article. I don't know who wrote what. I don't know who got what information. But Ken Rosenthal and Dennis Lin apparently worked together, or both names would not be on the byline. And I told you yesterday that if this article said Dennis Lin, I would have been 100% into it. But it said Ken Rosenthal as well. And I have none belief that this guy is right. Ever since the Scherzer thing, ever since a lot of the other crap that he reports, which is just doesn't come out to be true. So whether this was a Dennis Lin thing or a Ken Rosenthal thing, it's yet another example of Ken Rosenthal's name being on something that is wrong. And honestly, for as high profile of a guy as this guy is, and everyone says he's really a good dude, etc. Fine. I'll take back the fact that I'm not a fan of his. The reason I'm not a fan is because of the whole Manny and the Padre thing. And you know what happened with all of that. So I never liked that. And
the sinister sling.
Right, the sinister sling. The Padres didn't like him for that either. But Ken Rosenthal might be all well and good, and I know he wears a bow tie, and he's trying to raise money, and he's doing a lot of nice things. But for a guy that is as high profile as he is, to be attached to so many things that are wrong is irresponsible. And that's all I can say. And now maybe this is all on Dennis Lin and Ken Rosenthal's name is on the article just, because he contributed something else. But to me, anytime Ken Rosenthal's name is attached to something, I won't believe it until it's confirmed elsewhere.
That's fair. I mean, if that's how you feel, that's fair. And I don't disagree that there's questions about things, because we sat here and celebrated the fact that Max Scherzer was a Padre, and then we had to take it back like an hour and a half later. But
I also find it interesting, unless you don't subscribe to Ken Rosenthal on Twitter, but I assume you follow him. I do too. I find it interesting that Dennis Lin has taken responsibility for this, but Ken Rosenthal, whose name is on the article, has gone radio silent. That doesn't surprise me, because Dennis Lin, I believe, is a stand-up guy. Ken Rosenthal, I don't believe is.
From what I know,
sorry, this is the facts.
From what I know, and I've never talked to Dennis about this, but I would assume Dennis is the lead Padres guy, and Ken Rosenthal supplements reports.
Don't disagree with you, but if your name is on an article, if your name is on an article where the headline's wrong, you don't owe me an apology, because I know you didn't write the headline. But if your name's on an article where there's misinformation of this magnitude, you need to do at the very minimum what Dennis Lynn did, which is say, hey, I take responsibility for this.
Yeah.
But I don't see Ken Rosenthal doing that.
Now,
that is why I'm not a fan of this guy. Even if he didn't do anything wrong, his name is still on there, and he should apologize to, Joe Cudla, Drew Brees, the Padres, their fans, for having his name attached to something that is that incorrect.
What now? I know what you're going to say, but I'm going to
go ahead,
present it.
Throw it out.
What if they had a really good source?
Yeah.
And this was going to happen, and then it fell through at the last minute. Right. Like,
doesn't matter.
They still were reporting truth, and then it got taken back.
Doesn't
or something.
Matter.
Like, I'm just trying to play a little
I know
bit
what you're trying to do. Go ahead, play that. But here's what I compare it to. A manager makes the move in the 9th inning to bring up a certain pitch hitter, or let's say bring in a pitcher. Pitcher gets rocked, they lose the game. Good manager, who I like, says, hey, that just didn't turn out. I had a good feeling, but we didn't get it right that time. A bad manager steps up and says, well, I put him in a position to succeed and he just got routed. What can I do?
Yeah.
There's two different ways.
Oh, yeah.
The one manager takes the blame.
Yes.
The other manager throws the blame elsewhere.
Leaders take the blame.
Well, okay. So you tell me in the Ken Rosenthal thing, Dennis Lynn stood up and said, hey, we, for whatever reason, because you might be 100% right. He might have had it sourced and double checked and triple checked and all of that. But the bottom line is Dennis Lynn knows his name was on something that was wrong. And he says, I take responsibility. I don't see Ken Rosenthal doing that, at least not yet. It's another reason why I'm not a fan.
I will give you that, because I do think that Ken Rosenthal should be putting stuff out there to try to at least spread the word that, hey, the news we reported yesterday is not true.
Yeah, it's okay that you make a mistake.
We're fine with that. It's when you own the mistake, we're all good. I make a million mistakes a day.
Well, yeah, you and I both. We lead the league.
We lead the league in mistakes.
Look, this is the thing. Ken Rosenthal is not my kind of guy. Just isn't. And I don't know him personally. So maybe one day I'd meet him at a party and I'd talk to him and I went, wow, what a terrific guy. So
he'd be like, you're Chris L.O.
Yeah, right. But I have to be critical when a guy in his position, this isn't the East County Village Times website.
No, you're right. This is a New York Times publication.
New York Times, The Athletic, from a Fox #1 dugout baseball reporter. We like to try to at least believe guys that have that high of a profile. I can't believe Ken Rosenthal.
I will give you this. I do, when I look at Ken Rosenthal stuff now, I do second guess. When I see Jeff Passan stuff, I still assume that it's the truth, because he doesn't usually report false stuff. And if he does, he immediately owns it.
John Heyman's missed on a couple. But when he hits 99% of the time. So I will always respect John Heyman's stuff.
Can I read something that's so funny? You just brought up John Heyman, because Adam sent our group text this tweet that John Heyman had, but it was such a bad call that it was about basketball too. He said, so someone said franchise star Nikola Jokic expected to agree on an extension in 2018.
All right.
John says, breaking, guy I never heard of likely to sign for $1/7 of $1 billion.
And that was Jokic?
Yeah. And
That's
said,
funny.
and so the guy replied and said, that's your fault that you haven't heard of him. Dude's the future of the center position. And John Heyman said, yeah, I'm sure.
Well, that was one where he was certainly
freezing
wrong.
Cold takes.
He was certainly
but
wrong.
Yeah, you're right. He does usually,
he owns up to it.
He does own
we
up
all
to
make
it. All
mistakes.
you gotta do is own up to it.
They got an eraser on the back of pencils. I have no problem with mistakes. I have problems with people that don't take responsibility for them. And until further notice, Ken Rosenthal, that's you. Gwynn and Chris is underway. Sam Levitt is our guy in Peoria with the Padres. We'll get the Friday update from Sammy Lev as Gwynn and Chris continues. stick against the Rockies, but top of the ninth inning in a 2-2 tie, Padres just got shut down by Parker Mushinski. I love spring training. Mushinski just struck out the side.
Do you think his name is Mush?
His nickname?
Yeah, his nickname, is it Mush?
Be a good nickname for old Parker Mushinski.
Mush.
Left-hander, Parker Mushinski with the shutdown inning. He's 30 years old. He's obviously been in the minor leagues for a long time. And probably Sam Levitt called a couple of his games back in the day. You know Sam, he knows everybody in the minor leags.
Yep.
And he joins us from he's at the game. I understand.
At the game right now.
Sam Levitt at the game. Did you just see the performance of Parker Mushinski? Or are you elsewhere? Okay. Yes. According to the box score. Yeah, I was going to say, according to the box score, you were not prepared for that. Yes. Yes. I imagine this is the last half inning. Right. This will be the last half inning. I can't imagine they'll play bonus panels today in the talking stick. All right. Sam Levitt with his now, first of all, you're actually at the game today. So that means nobody else in your family has turned 66 years old, thus making you ride up to Route 66 again. You're good on that?
Well, my mom is still here, although my brother got here today, and they're both going to be here this weekend. So some of the attention is now been turned to the young Mikey Levitt.
Split on Mikey Levitt.
Mikey hits one deep to center. Oh, I got bad news, fellas.
Zach Veen
Rockies
just won it.
Zach Veen, walk-off home run.
Zach Veen.
Oh, man. The guy who gained like 50 pounds.
We talked about this guy a week and a half ago.
43 pounds.
He bulked up over the offseason, 43 pounds of muscle. Zach Veen. And it just paid off, evidently, in a game-winning home run for the Rockies.
Now, normally you would say, hey, you can't be given the play-by-play here on the radio of the ball game, but I mean, we're on our station, so
yeah,
I actually was thinking about that. Like, do I need to cut him off?
Do you know that the day that I'm going to tell you something, Josh? You remember? I don't know if you don't know Josh Rosenberg. He worked with me over at another station. The day that Tiger Woods played Rocco Mediate in the playoff at the U.S. Open.
Great day.
Josh Rosenberg and I were doing a show out at Torrey Pines and watching from the media tent while we were on the air, basically broadcasting every stroke. And I just know that couldn't have been legal.
No.
But we did anyway.
No, that's definitely not legal.
We couldn't help it. So you're not alone, Sam Levitt. All right, so the Padres end up.
That was your
update. All right, thanks, Sam.
From the ball game.
Yeah, you're a bearer of great news. We bring you on, and 30 seconds later, we lose the game. So, hey, Sam, I want to start with something just off the beaten path, and then we'll get back to the beaten path.
Yes.
Fernando Tatis Jr. Was in the lineup today, went 0 for 2. He's 3 for 12 with 3 singles so far this spring. That means very little to me. But what does mean something to me is that Fernando is probably moving down into the middle of the order this year, and I agree with that move. But Fernando Tatis Jr. statistics, to me, the last couple of years haven't been as good as what I believe Fernando Tatis Jr. is capable of. That doesn't mean he's still not one of the better players in baseball. He did start the All-Star game last year. I really never thought he did enough to deserve it, but he did. OPS has gone from 975 in 2021 to 814 last year. That is 161 points lower. I'm not saying I need 975, but is there any part of you, or should there be any part of me or the fans to think that as good as he is, he needs to even be better this year for the Padres to get to where they want to go?
Yeah, I think, Chris, it's fair to say the Padres need him to be more of a power and run producer. That's not to say that the year he had last year was a bad year. It was a different year for him, with the on base being higher than it's ever been, with his walks being higher than they've ever been. But I think with Fernando, with his capability, his ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark, I understand the move to put him down in the order and create opportunities with guys on base. Now, there are drawbacks to that, clearly. Having him not hit in the first inning, you don't have sort of that electric opportunity to start the game with all the things that Fernando Tatis Jr. can do in the leadoff spot, just right off the bat. And yes, the idea of him, if he were to be in the cleanup spot the whole year, of taking, I don't know, let's say 30, 40, 50 less at-bats over the course of a season, yeah, it's not ideal. However, I do understand, number one, the idea of maybe giving him more opportunities with guys on base, and also maybe from a mindset standpoint, shifting his mindset a little bit from maybe as a leadoff guy, it was a little bit more about getting on base, about drawing walks. And, maybe in the cleanup spot, he does get back to a little bit more of that power hitter, run producer, because I know we all think he's very, very capable of it. And I talked to him about an hour ago, and one of the things he was asked about was, how he's liked hitting in the cleanup spot so far. And he said, look, it's good to, essentially it's good to, have opportunities with guys on base, and he feels great. And, he seems to enjoy it at this point. So I'm intrigued by it. I do support it if they decide to switch it up, when opening day rolls around, and have him down there, allow him to you brought up the OPS, raise that OPS back to where it was, say around 2021, and we'll see how it goes. You can always move him back up, if need be. That option's always going to be there with him, and I understand why the Padres are toying with it. I do.
Sam Levitt joins us live from spring training, courtesy of David P. Shapiro. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Sam, I am all in on Randy Vasquez this year. I was all in on Randy Vasquez last year, but I really believe that he could be a secret weapon for the Padres. And he pitched really well today in his first two starts in spring training. He's pitched really well, striking out guys more than he maybe did last year. What have you seen from him so far?
I think he's been really good. To me, he's picking up right where he left off. And again, it's spring training games. I don't want to get too crazy about the results, but today, 2 2/3 innings, 37 pitches. I tweeted it out earlier for, any of the people on social media that have been clamoring that the radar guns are juiced in Peoria. Well, he came to Scottsdale today, and he's sitting 95-ish, 96-ish with that fastball. And that is kind of around the area where he ended last year. So the uptick in velocity for Randy has stayed true through the offseason. Also, again, it's February 27th, so the fact that he's already there, I think, is an excellent sign. He's throwing harder than he ever has in his career. That uptick in velo seems to be there again, much like we saw at the end of last year. And that's a big deal in and of itself. And, I just feel like there's growing confidence in Randy, in not only what he is, as just at bare minimum a number 4, number 5 type starter, but in what he could be. I mean, I think we all understand he's going to need to get more swing and miss in order to take a jump. He's going to have to not deal with as much base traffic, not be that traffic cop that Mike Schultz would always allude to when Mike was here. I think we all understand to get to the next level, there are things he needs to do, but I feel pretty confident in saying that right now, I just feel good about who he is. And if you get somewhere close to what he was last year, that's a nice piece for this rotation. He doesn't have to be an ace, but, I do feel like it's not a crazy thought to think that there's just more there for Randy. He can be even better, and an uptick in velo. And I think the hard work he's put in, the shape he's coming into camp. I know the Padres were really happy about how he came in physically. It's to me, he is one of the more intriguing players and stories of this season, to see if there can be a jump for Randy Vasquez.
I promised to everybody already out there, all Padre fans, I pledged that I will not pick up Randy Vasquez for my fantasy team this year, because
Thank you, Chris.
The whole thing for him changed last year, Sam, in August when I released him.
Yes.
because I was tired of all the traffic that he kept
Which
putting
is
on
a
base.
crazy thing that you released him.
It wasn't a release. I don't remember exactly. I had to make a roster move somehow. And he ended up off my team. And once he left, he started pitching lights out. So I promise not to get him back. Sam, tell me what you saw from Tristan McKenzie today and remind everybody who this guy is and what he might be capable of. He really was electric with Cleveland, but it's been a few years now.
Yeah, I mean, he pitched 2 innings today, gave up a run, did walk 2, did strike out 3. So it was, again, a bit of an up and down outing for him. First one was up and down as well. But he's an intriguing guy. He's intriguing with, again, what appears to be an uptick in velo. He's intriguing, I think, when you consider what he did at one time in Cleveland. And the idea that he's back working with Ruben Niebla, a guy who worked with him in the minor leagues when he was coming up, a guy who worked with him in the early part of his major league career with Cleveland. So he's intriguing. He's certainly in the mix as far as the back end of that rotation, and we'll see how he continues to do. But today, again, I to be honest with you, I didn't personally see with my eyes a ton of it because we were inside the clubhouse for a good bit today. But again, a little bit up and down today, and we'll see how he continues to progress. But certainly it feels like there can be promise there, yeah.
Yeah, actually, Tony and I were talking about Tristan McKenzie the other day, and he said CeCe Sabathia texted him and was like, dude, the guy's throwing 98 miles an hour. So if it impresses CeCe, then it's pretty impressive. We're talking to Sam Levitt. He's out at spring training. Actually watched the walk-off Rockies home run go over the wall on the air. But
yeah, what timing? What
yeah,
timing?
that was incredible timing. I do love it.
I'm outraged. I mean, Padres losing to the Rockies on a Friday of all things.
If you lose to the Rockies, I think you just pack up the gear.
How are we going to enjoy the weekend here in Arizona?
I don't know.
Exactly. I think you pack up the gear and come back to San Diego. I mean, spring training's over.
Sam, my quick question is, we still got some guys to go for spring training. Joe Musgrove, Walker Buehler. Any news on those guys?
Marquez? I don't think it's pitched
Marquez,
either.
Yeah, Marquez threw a bullpen today. Joe Musgrove threw in a sim game. Was that yesterday? Or
I think it was yesterday.
I think it was yesterday. I'm losing track of my days, but it was yesterday. And Joe looked good. Joe looks like Joe. Now, I didn't get a chance to talk to him yesterday or this morning about it, but he looks like Joe Musgrove. He did 3 up downs, so essentially 3 innings, quote unquote, which was good to see. I would not be surprised if his next outing is in a Cactus League game. I haven't confirmed that with him or Ruben or anybody, but it would seem that way to me based on his pitch count being over 30 and the fact that he did 3 up downs. So I think he's getting pretty close to a Cactus League game. I don't know what the next step right now is for Walker Buehler. I can tell you he's not starting on Sunday because that will be German Marquez who threw a bullpen today. So that'll be fun to see Marquez in a Cactus League game Sunday against the Giants in Scottsdale. I don't know if Walker Buehler would come after that. He threw a sim game, I want to say the same day Musgrove threw his last sim game, and I haven't seen another sim from Buehler. He may have thrown one that I'm not remembering. I've been a little bit in and out this week with the family in town, to be honest. But I'm sure the Cactus League game is going to be coming up pretty soon here. That would seem to make a lot of sense. So we'll see.
Manny Machado yesterday, Sammy, 2-run homer, grand slam. Talk about what he and Fernando and these guys are all doing with the World Baseball Classic starting in a couple or like 8 days. How are they preparing? You know, it seems weird to me that they're getting ready for the baseball season, but they're probably also getting ready for the WBC at the same time. Have they talked about that at all?
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, how about this? It's February 27th, and you had both Fernando and Manny playing in this game today on the road in Scottsdale, a 3rd game in a row for Fernando Tatis Jr. I believe Manny as well. I'd have to double check if it was 3 in a row for Manny, but it definitely was.
Right.
For Fernando, I believe it might have been for Manny as well. I got to double check that. Just remind myself what the lineups were.
Chris, I got you, Sam. I'll check.
Okay. Yeah. While I'm talking here, let me know if I'm right about that. But they are leaving now. So their last Cactus League game, from what I understand, was today.
Oh, that's
they will be joining team. Yeah,
okay.
they will be joining Team Dominican Republic. The DR team is going to play some exhibition games in the Dominican Republic, which should be very, very cool. And then, of course, they'll start their pool play in the first week of March. So, yeah, guys are leaving. I believe Fernando's heading out. Manny's heading out. I think Mason Miller is going to be here another day or two. I think Xander might be here another day or two. And we go from there. But we're getting to the point now where in the next handful of days, guys are going to be heading out, and it's going to be interesting, to number one, see how things kind of vibe without those guys here, right? It's a little bit different not to have those faces around because they're such big parts of the team and the organization, but it also opens the door for a lot of guys to get more at bats and a lot of guys that are fighting for roster spots and just their reputation within the organization and minor leaguers to get more at bats and more playing time and show what they can do in the Cactus League. So nice opportunity for those guys. But yeah, we're here. Essentially, those guys are heading out. I know Manny and Fernando, I believe today was their last game.
You were correct, Sam. Manny did play in the last
3 days in a row.
Yes.
So Chris, you asked me, how are they getting ready? Well, February 27th, those guys played 3 days in a row. That would not happen at this time of year. So that's how they're getting ready.
They're playing.
They had to speed things up. Yeah, they're playing. I mean, they had to speed things up because they're going to be playing in big time games, intense situations, and I think they felt like they needed to be ready for what's to come in that WBC. So right there, that's very, very different than what you would typically see in the first week and a half of spring training games.
The Dominican Republic team plays its first game March 6th in Miami. They play, I don't know who they play. Who's NCA? I don't even know what that.
Nicaragua?
Nicaragua,
is
maybe.
it Nicaragua?
Maybe, yeah. I didn't know they even had a club.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm looking here at the so they play exhibition games. So here's what's interesting. They play the Tigers on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week in the Dominican Republic.
Wow.
Exhibition games.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
DR and the USA both start on March 6th in the World Baseball Classic. Sam Levitt.
And that's the actual pool play. Yep.
Right. Sam, you are the man. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you joining us always.
Bye.
I'm sorry I didn't know who was playing second base.
You should be more sorry for allowing the game.
I got to come on the radio. I was not prepared.
You should be more sorry for allowing the game-winning home run while you're on there.
Yeah.
That's what you should be more sorry about.
Next time we'll do something different. All right, Sam. Thank you.
Sam Levitt from Spring Training, courtesy of David P. Shapiro. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Zach Veen wins it for the Rocks today.
So apparently you gained 50 pounds or 43 to be exact, and you end up hitting walk-off home runs.
Here's Fernando Tatis's rankings in the National League last year. Home runs 20th, RBIs 42nd, total bases 19th, slugging 26th, OPS 15th, but he still finished 8th in the MVP balloting. So, and there's some other, stolen bases. He was 7th, runs scored. He was 4th. I think some of those power numbers have to be better, though. And maybe batting where he will be batting, that will just take care of itself.
I don't disagree.
Hour number 2, Gwynn Chris. Man, that sailed right by, didn't it, Skraby?
It did.
Yeah, we're flying today. Glad you're with us on 97.3 The Fan. All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yep.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
They could pave that. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. They can't call it paved road. I know that.
Wait, your issue isn't the potholes in the road?
I'm used to that. So we come up on Claremont Mesa, and we're at the stoplight. I'm in the left-hand turn lane to turn left on Claremont Mesa. I'm the third car back. And there's 2 left turn lanes. There's 3 cars in line here. And then the going straight is also red. And that is backed up, each of the lanes. So that I've got cars on my right. I've got cars on my left. I got 2 in front of me. I got people behind me. No big deal. Light cycles through. And our turn doesn't come.
Oh, no.
So the cross traffic gets to go again. And then the people coming across in our direction, they get to go again. And then for a second time, they skip our turn. Well, that's what I thought. So now,
Actually, you're not going anywhere. You're stuck.
Right, you're stuck.
You're not going anywhere.
And my first thought, of course, as a good scout or athlete, is to look around. Is there any way out? Can I back up? Can I? I'll do anything. But there is nowhere for me to go.
No.
It happens a third time.
Whoa.
And I'm pretty clear at this point. This light's broken. And I'm starting to think, how are we going to get out of this? Am I going to have to call, like, the police to come and fix it? No one's going to know it's broken.
911 emergency response.
Yeah.
Emergency. Ruffin Road in Claremont. The light is stuck.
The light is stuck. And so this is 5 minutes probably, but you can imagine 5 minutes.
No,
that's a long
That's a
time,
long
right?
time.
Well, when it comes to the fourth time, I finally start just leaning on my horn.
Oh,
I'm trying to get.
What are the people in front of you going to do?
Well, because there was a moment, right after the traffic comes this way, it paused.
You want them to run the light.
You could at least a couple people could run the light. We could get this going here.
You want them to run the light.
I did.
Break the law.
Well, they had to. Otherwise, we'd still be there. Anyway, so this is going on. So I'm starting leaning on my horn. The lady next to me looks at me like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Good for her. Good for her.
And good for her. Yeah.
Kidding.
I'm like,
I'm just
ma'am,
kidding.
Are you just clueless? Were you going to sit here the rest of your life?
She has faith that the light's going to turn eventually.
Evidently so. If it had gone again, the guy next to me on this side rolled down his passenger window. That starts to go down. I think he's going to be mad. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure the light's broken. Like, how do you not know this? We've all been sitting here for 6-7 minutes now. The two cars at the very front of the left turn lane are not budging. So they apparently are content to sit there for as long as it need be.
They also have faith that the light is going to turn.
But I have no faith.
What gives them that faith?
Yeah, but what gave them the faith? I mean, it had cycled through 4 times now. The 5th time, I was going to just have to get out of my car and walk up to that and go, will you please do something? Or get, and if you don't, and I would have,
something.
You know what I would have said? If you don't want to run the light, just get out of my way so I can run the light. I'm not sitting here the rest of the day. And finally, on the 5th time, the first 2 people ran the light, and the next person was able to get half. You know what I mean? And after a couple more cycles through, I got out of there. But I don't know.
Did the light ever start working?
I don't know. If you're at Claremont Mason Ruffin Road, you might still be there. I don't know. This was 45 minutes ago or so.
Wow.
So my question to you is, how differently would you have handled this than I did? And I'll start with you, Tony. Would there have been any difference, or do you know?
I don't know if I would have laid on my horn.
You would have just never laid on it.
I think I might have maybe rolled down the window, see if I could talk to somebody, see what else.
See if anybody else was in on it?
I don't think I would have laid on my horn because, listen, what you're asking is for them to, which may not be easy for everybody, and that is the timing between when because they're waiting for their light to turn.
Yes,
right?
they were waiting for
the light's not going to turn. But that also then requires them to guess the exact kind of when the timing of when they can go. And
yeah, well, you know what? Figure it out.
I think a lot of people wouldn't be comfortable with
running the light,
with
even
running
under
the light.
these circumstances. Well, I think
not when there's other cars that could actually hit them.
Okay, I think you are right. And the reason I think you're right is because of the 40 to 50 cars that were now piled up in my area behind me and around me. I was the only one honking.
Right, and
then nobody else thought to do this. All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yep.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
They could pave that. It wouldn't hurt. Hour number 2 of Gwynn and Chris without Gwynn today. Tony's idol. Crisello, Matt Skraby together in our Odyssey Palace studios. Bill Howe, we know how. Remember to listen around 5:35 today. We'll announce another winner or qualifier anyway for the biggest fan contest. Chance for you to perhaps be the chosen one to get 20 tickets to a Padres game and sit with us in the Odyssey suite catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. If you haven't yet registered, what are you waiting for? Go to 973thefansd.com/biggest-fan, and then you register. Maybe your name will be called.
I love all the
one
people
of these days
that sign up and call back, but it's especially nice when someone who's a regular listener to the show on the chat wins and
gets qualified.
Yeah, and Clay qualified the other day.
You were happy
I was
for
very
Clay.
happy for Clay.
Good for you, Clay.
Good.
All right. That is that. We had Sam Levitt on from the Padre game in spring training, and he was on no less than 30 seconds before Zach Veen hit a walk-off home run to win the game for the Rockies over the Padres today, 3-2. Parker Mushinski was the winner, by the way, for the Rockies. He's like my new favorite left-hander.
That is a night. I love that
Parker
name.
Mushinski. 30 years old, man. I mean, I always have a little respect for guys that are 30 years old because, he's been toiling in the minors for a long time.
Probably.
Just hoping to get an opportunity. Padres did get an RBI sac fly from Manny today, and Samad Taylor had an RBI there in the 8th inning, which tied the game before Zach Veen got the walk-off. Probably the big news, Randy Vasquez, 2 2/3 innings, no hits, struck out 4. And Tristan McKenzie, 2 innings, allowed 1 run, but struck out 3. So those are 2 of the guys, in the running down there for those rotation spots. And as Sam Levitt told us, you can say goodbye now to Fernando and Manny. They're gone. They're heading to wherever they go for Dominican Republic training camp. Get ready for the World Baseball Classic. I imagine Mason Miller's not far behind for the Americans, and Yuki Matsui's not going.
He's not going.
That's official.
Yeah.
So anyway, how big of a fan are you of the World Baseball Classic? Like enough to sit and watch all the games?
You know what, Chris? I have no idea why, but I love these
really
Team
like
USA things. I love it.
Okay.
Except for Olympic basketball. Do not care about Olympic basketball. Maybe because I know they're going to win the gold easy.
Well, it's not as easy as it used to be.
That's true.
That's true. Still, they normally win it. I don't know. It's the same problem I had watching the Olympic hockey. And I like the Olympic hockey. I had a tear in my eye like everybody else when they won. But I don't like when guys on the Avalanche in the NHL are playing directly against guys on the Avalanche. I don't like.
Why?
I don't know.
That's
that
fun.
bothers me. You're my teammate. Now I'm trying to knock you out.
Yeah.
That's just weird to me.
Oh, that's your perfect time to, if you've ever had a problem with that teammate, that's the greatest time to get the frustration
you wouldn't have a
out.
problem with that teammate. Look, when the U.S. is playing Dominican Republic, it's the 9th inning. There's 2 guys on. Manny's coming up. You're excited, except for the fact he's facing Mason Miller.
I love it.
You love that.
Because now we know what would happen if Manny Machado went up against Mason Miller.
We don't know. We know what would happen that one time.
But we
it throws me
I'm
off.
into it.
I believe for something to be elite, like have me on the edge of my seat elite, there has to be a little bit of dislike between the 2 teams, or just a little history, or a little, this or that. I feel like all of these baseball players that play in the World Baseball Classic, or most of them, are in this one big fraternity, and they're just out there having a good old time. It just so happens they're wearing a new uniform. So that's why I've not gotten into it as much.
But that's how it goes now. There's no animosity.
I know. I like to believe there might be.
There
but
is
there
none.
isn't. No, you're right. I mean, Shohei Ohtani struck out Mike Trout to end the last World Baseball Classic. Trout probably ran out to the mound and gave him a hug.
He didn't. He was actually pretty angry about it.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it's okay. I don't like that. I like there to be a little bit of, we got to beat these guys.
Oh, I'm sure there is some of that. Because you know what? Then if you beat the team, then all year you have that upper hand on your teammate.
I guess you do. The World Baseball Classic is not that I won't watch it and keep an eye on it and root for the Americans and root for Manny and root for Fernando, etc. It just hasn't registered as a big deal on my radar yet.
Okay.
That's subject to change.
Yes, it is.
All right, let's get to, we got Daily Gambit stuff to hit, including a big game for the Aztecs tomorrow at the Pit.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Now, Chris was wise enough to know that Miami of Ohio is on TV, and we are watching them right now to see if they can go 29-0.
Yes, we'll have a pick on that game here.
Okay,
shortly.
well, let me get into it then, because the game has started. But Purdue minus 6.5 against Michigan State last night. You went Purdue.
I knew I'd be on
State.
the wrong side of that one.
This is the first time I think I've ever won a Michigan State
Purdue
bet.
Purdue, I can't figure it out.
76-74. UCSD minus 14.5 against Cal State Bakersfield. You went Tritons, I went Bakersfield. UCSD did win by 12, so I win the bet.
Beep, beep. The Roadrunners
Mimi.
were able
Spurs
to win the bet.
minus 10.5 at the Brooklyn Nets. This is where I went wrong. You went Spurs, I went Nets. Spurs win 126-110. And this is also where I went wrong. Bulls minus 4.5 against the Blazers. You went Blazers, I went Bulls. The Bulls lost by 9 to
Bulls
the Blazers.
completing a winless month of February. Didn't win a single game the whole month, and they don't play anymore.
That's
embarrassing for a
awful.
professional team.
You should win at least one game.
But the whole month didn't win a game.
Even who's the worst team? Are they the worst team?
Well, they're on their way to being at the moment. Yeah.
Lakers minus 5.5 against the Suns. We both went Lakers. We shouldn't have, because the Suns won 113-110.
That was a hell of a game, though. It was actually like the center. I think O'Neal, something like a post player for Phoenix, stepped out and hit a three with 1 second to go.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they weren't even really guarding him out there, and he knocks in the winning shot. Luka was insane. 41 points. I know he cannot guard anybody, but it is really fun to watch him when he gets on a heater.
Yeah, if he can.
He was
score.
throwing some shots in last night that were just off the charts, but they lost.
Another bet we made on that game, DeAndre Ayton over under 10.5 points. Chris, I should have listened to Chris. He went under, I went over. I gave him credit for nothing because I'm talking about DeAndre Ayton.
Did he even score?
He had 2 points.
Yeah.
Luka, as you said, he was a 3-point favorite over Ant-Man, who scored more points. We both went Luka. He had 38 after the spread, and Ant-Man had 31.
Oh, I thought he had 41. 38.
He did 41, but minus that 3.
with the spread, yeah.
UConn women minus 38.5 against Georgetown. You went Georgetown. I went UConn. UConn won, but they only won by 32.
Yeah, that's a rough game for UConn. They
Yes.
only won by 32.
Yes.
All right, we go to the final day of the week, Skraby. I'm up by 1.
Oh, this is
Let's bear
important.
down here. The Miami of Ohio game is just started. We can still pick it. You can't do this at the sports books, but you can do it here on the program.
It's only 2-0. So.
2-0. Western Michigan is at home and leading over the undefeated Red Hawks. Miami of Ohio favored by 12.5. Miami of Ohio is not disappointed yet. But I'm going to go Miami again.
What was the spread?
12.5 is a lot on the road, but Western Michigan's 10-18. So
they're pretty bad.
I'm expecting Miami to win comfortably. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Miami.
Miami. Jerry Palm yesterday. We'll see if Jerry's right, if it comes down to that.
I think he will be.
But he said if they go undefeated and then lose the last game of the MAC tournament and they're 32-1, they'll be left out of the NCAA tournament.
Because we really need Baltimore of Maryland County in the
that's what Jerry Palm said. We'll see if he's right. Later tonight, good game. Top or second-ranked Michigan minus 1.5 at Illinois. Illinois also in the top 10. This is a heavyweight battle in the Big Ten. Who do you like here?
Coming off of a game they lost over the weekend.
Yeah, Michigan lost to Duke. Yeah, no, they did. They did not look very good in that game, but they were playing Duke.
Yeah,
so.
Illinois is pretty good. I'm going to go Illinois.
Illinois. All right, just to make it interesting, I'll take Michigan, but on the road's tough. I mean, you're playing a good team in their house. That's hard to win.
Coming off of a bad game.
Yeah, I'll take Michigan. Bounce back. New Mexico tomorrow, 2.5 over the Aztecs. Unless they play in non-conference, in future years. Just the final Aztec visit ever to the pit.
That's kind of crazy.
I know we didn't get to go there with the women's team this year because that was the one road game we didn't play. So I missed the pit. Probably will never go back now that they're not in the conference. It's a big game. We keep talking about a big game it is for the Aztecs. They need it, but New Mexico is on the bubble as well. They're on the same spot as the Aztecs. And if the Aztecs win, they will have swept New Mexico, and that has got to come in as a big deal when they choose the last team.
I would think so.
So I think New Mexico may be even more desperate than the Aztecs, but of course I have to take the Aztecs. They've got to find a way tomorrow.
Yeah,
they get 2.5 points. So
you
gonna go against them? You can. I mean, New Mexico at home.
This team is just not consistent.
That's fair to think. It's fair to think.
I'm gonna go New Mexico.
You're gonna go New Mexico. All right. Well, I'll tell Tony. 147.5 points for that game. Over under Skrabe. 147 would give you 74 to 73.
I'm gonna go under.
Under. The Aztecs used to be an automatic bet under, but they're over now.
They are.
Yeah, they don't play the defense the same. Duke tomorrow at home, or no, is they home? Yes, I'm sorry, they're home. Top ranked Duke minus 10.5. Virginia's 11th ranked, but getting 10.5 points here. I would love to see Virginia, but I just don't know anything about Virginia, despite the fact that they're ranked 11th. I'll take Duke at home.
Me too.
Duke. Arizona minus 9.5 over Kansas. This is down in Tucson. Kansas won the first meeting about a month ago. Arizona tried to get payback.
Yeah, I mean,
thoughts?
Didn't Kansas beat Arizona pretty good?
That's what I said. They just beat it. Yeah, they beat them in the first game.
I was typing it out.
All right.
9.5 points is a lot.
It is.
I'm going to go Kansas.
KU. Rock chalk. It is a lot, but I don't think Kansas, like most of these teams, are not the same on the road. I'll take Arizona. NBA tonight, Jaylen Brown versus Brooklyn, or Jalen Brunson at Milwaukee. Are they both Jalen? I guess they are.
Yeah.
Spelled differently.
Oh.
Jaylen Brown
has a Y, doesn't it?
Right. Jalen Brunson does not. Who's going to score more points is the question. I'm going to go with Brunson because I think Jaylen Brown will be out of the game early. Brooklyn's terrible, so he won't need as many.
So is Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I will go with
Brunson or Brown. This is a tough. This is an even rating. Points. Brunson. We're both going with Brunson.
Go with the Brunson burner.
Okay, here's a good matchup tonight in the NBA. Oklahoma City and Denver, and SGA is returning to the lineup.
All right.
So SGA minus 2 points or Jokic. Now, those are two of the best guys in the whole league going head to head. Who do you like here? I should tell you where the game is. I think that might play into your
this
vote.
Is SGA's return.
SGA's returning.
I don't think I'm going to go Jokic.
But he's at home.
I know, but I just don't think he's going to play all that much. You think he's going to play like 38 minutes?
Yeah. I do. SGA's, if he's back, he's playing. They're not going to ease him in and give him 9 minutes.
I was listening to something before I left here last night, and they were talking about SGA and how he has to start playing a lot of games because he's coming up on that bubble of
Do you
MVP.
listen to our show? Because I mentioned that earlier this week. Maybe you weren't here.
What?
I mentioned that exact thing earlier this week, that he's running out of games that he can sit out. Or he's not going to be the MVP.
Maybe that's where I heard it.
Maybe you heard it from me.
Yeah, they were definitely talking about last night, but I don't recall.
I'm glad you listened to this show, and somehow by osmosis, the information seeps into your brain.
That's normally how most things go with me.
Yeah. All right, so who do you want?
I went Jokic.
You want Jokic?
You're going SGA.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm going to go. I was trying to talk you into SGA. I'll take Jokic. Tomorrow night, Lakers 3.5 at the Warriors. Is Steph even playing? He's not playing anymore, is he? The Warriors are like a shell of themselves.
Yeah, they really are.
But you know what? The Lakers lost yesterday, and Phoenix didn't have any of their top players at all. Lakers play. The Lakers can't get a stop. That's their problem. They can't get a stop. Their defense is that bad.
Yeah, I can't.
They just are. I'm going to take the Warriors. I mean,
that's tough too because they're both struggling teams.
I know, but I think
I'm going to go Warriors.
I think Steve Kerr's teams play a little.
And the Lakers
defense.
are favored, right?
By 3.5. Yes, we get points.
I'll go Warriors.
And then we got one college baseball game tonight. If you are a baseball fan, the Aztecs are out of town, but I would recommend heading over. Bring the kids, man. Go see a college baseball game. You want to see a good one? There's one tonight at Fowler Park. USD 1.5 runs over Michigan.
Ooh.
Michigan Wolverines are here to face the Toreros. Now the Toreros are off to an excellent start.
Yes, they are.
Even better than the Aztecs, beat the number one team, UCLA, but USD whipped the Aztecs. So anyway, I don't think people think about that. When you're like thinking of something to do with the family tonight, you got to bundle up a little bit, but I don't know how much it costs to get into a USD baseball game, but it can't be, much.
I used to go to Point
Get the
Loma.
whole family out there. You could, buy a couple of hot dogs. You probably get out of there for $50.
I used to go to Point Loma Nazarene games because I used to call some of
Right,
them,
yeah.
and families would come in. It's a really good time.
That's what I mean. Go take your son or daughter to go see a good college baseball game. You're going to see a good game tonight. Who do you like, Skraby?
I'm going USD.
USD. All right, I'll take the Wolverines. I don't know what they've got, but that's it. All right. We're underway with the Western Michigan Miami Ohio game. Western Michigan trying to end Miami's unbeaten season. They're ahead 10-7. It's a little early.
Very early.
Get worried. More Gwynn and Chris headed your way. And in this hour, I'm excited at the bottom. Don't go anywhere. Our top 5 worst movies ever.
I'm still working on it.
You're still trying to find 5 movies you don't like.
I can't rank them.
Gwynn and Chris after traffic.
From the 855.
Like a little dead air to get the producer of the show freaking out for a second.
That was a part of the file.
That was a file mistake.
It was at the end of the file was blank.
Basically, what he's saying is that
don't even start because you have no idea.
He's like Ken Rosenthal. If it's his fault, he doesn't take blame for it.
I take blame all the time for my stuff.
It's always the file. It's always the button.
Chris doesn't even know what the file is.
I certainly don't. But I do know that you didn't say, sorry, my fault.
Well, I do when it's my fault, but that wasn't my fault.
Uh-huh.
There's a second and a half of dead air on that file.
My goodness.
I hope that Adam's listening because that was egregious.
By me or you?
No, by the file.
By the file.
Yes.
Again, not Skraby's fault. Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan, 326. We got to get back on track here. Coming up in a few minutes, though, is our list or countdown today. I'm working overtime on this list.
Me too. We were very quiet in the break.
Yeah, I was really doing a lot of stuff. But our 5 worst movies of all time. And I'm telling you, I don't know what Skraby's are going to be, but I'm guaranteeing you that if you ever see any of these 5 movies, you will hate them. I'm just telling you right now. So listen up.
Okay.
Before we get to that, you got a quick Padre note on Jason Adam. Give me a little update over there. You said you had one anyway.
Yes, I do. Now, he was on the backfield again throwing, and it's looking like he's making his way back pretty quick. Let me just get the actual. Oh, yes, it was in the dock. That's where it was. Jason Adam threw to hitters for a second time on the backfield. He continues to work his way back after rupturing his quad, but there was video of it. So if you want to see him throwing, go to 97.3 The Fan SD on Twitter. He's looking good, Chris. He might be back sooner rather than later.
It's really tough because and I don't mean to make it sound like he's not a great athlete. He's a major league pitcher. Yeah. All right. So that says all you need to do, but he's a bit of a tall, lumbering guy.
He is.
And, look, he's the kind of pitcher that I think you would try to bunt on just for the hell of it, let alone, if he's coming off an injury like this, he's got to be 1,000% before you put him on the mound because he can pitch, but can he explode off the mound to go field a bunt, twist and throw to first base?
Well, wasn't that
we
kind
don't
of the
want
thing?
that to happen, with this.
When he
him.
originally got hurt, wasn't it the thing he was going for a ball?
I think he was coming. Yeah,
I don't know if it was a bunt or if it was just like a
bounding
ball.
I think it was a bouncing ball, but yeah, that worries me. Similar now, Griffin Canning, he's doing the he's got the Achilles injury. Similar, right? I mean, he can pitch, but can he get off the mound and field a bunt? Can he make a turn and throw to second base to start a double play? Hate to say, but those are pretty important things.
They are.
That pitcher has to do.
Yeah, I don't expect him to be back until a little bit later.
Well,
I mean, he tore his Achilles in June.
Yeah, but you saw what happened to Jason Adam. I mean, it was
he ruptured his quad.
It was a little horrifying, honestly, to see it. So
it's pretty amazing that he is already throwing and doing activity with a ruptured quad.
All right.
Sounds awful.
It does. But speaking of awful, we got the worst movies ever made.
Oh, look at that transition.
I'm pretty good at this. Gwynn and Chris continue. Stick around. Think of your 5 favorites. See if any of them make the list next on Gwynn and Chris.
From the first pitch of the year to the biggest game.
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
Well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
Yeah.
It's one of the world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the measurement unit.
The X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education because I did not know.
I've allowed milk and bread, but if I was asked,
tell us the actual rules of this. Like
the rule is,
see if you can do it. I guess
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
One of you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Until you can't do it anymore.
Fulls. I will take one.
The winner, Skraby, has a jar of a couple of my jars.
I think they both are winners if they pass this. I hate to say,
yeah, of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now, this is the one that he has right now.
The 38,
maybe.
Okay. All right.
Now, this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
All right, are we doing it? Here we go.
All right. Let's
Adam's
do
ready.
it.
There, away he goes. He does have a full spoonful for those listening.
I'm literally sweating watching him do this right now. That's a full spoon.
All right.
That is a full spoon.
Down the hatch we go.
All right.
And man, he went the whole thing. He did not trickle that down the throat. He
He
just
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Skraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in?
Wow. You better go, dude.
There goes Skraby.
They
Skraby,
both did.
did you swallow that, Skraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
delicious.
We're gonna see
Tasty.
it. I'm gonna watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. I am, are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling good.
feeling nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
on
you
one
can't put your
spoonful.
same
That's
spoon
not
in
what
there.
the competition's all about.
We always said
Spoonful
that.
too?
Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
yeah.
I always said that Adam Klug was kind of had a.
I at least used a different spoon, no double dipping.
All right.
I didn't know where I don't.
I
Think
always
it
thought
matters.
Adam Klug had a cold persona, but evidently it's just the opposite.
All right,
Big
He
Boss
is
Michael
handling
Valenzuela
it.
in the
What are you
YouTube
waiting on,
chat,
dog?
by the way.
What you waiting on? You let laughing at drip in your hand. Oh, okay.
Skraby, where are you? Let me see.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Adam, and Adam's not having any problem at all.
Look at you, Adam.
Adam is backed
All right.
up.
I'll
But
enjoy
this.
I must tell you, Tony,
hold on.
that Adam has cashed the check.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he
he
did.
cashed
You said
his
I wouldn't
check.
be able to catch
I
you.
did.
No, you
I
cashed
sure
it,
did.
man.
You proved
cashed
me
it
wrong,
for
my
sure.
friend. I
Skraby,
gotta tell you though, this is further proof that whatever we got him with that
the
tie,
tie thing,
was
yeah, because
super weak.
this is less than a 10,
he's
right?
he's over here having a difficult time.
You're turning a little red,
The time
Skraby.
was just as bad.
You're turning a little
hit me
red.
By the way,
faster.
this is delicious.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
he's
Let's go
going
get another
for
one.
Yes.
Come on, Adam. Wow, you're gonna have to come back in 6 months with like an 88.
Oh.
38.
We'll have to go with the higher Scoville next time.
All right. Oh, wow. Look at this guy. He's talking
Drop.
trash now.
Well, he
I
should
haven't had a
be.
sip of milk or bread.
He hasn't even reached for it.
No, he doesn't
came out
even
of the
need the
gates
bread.
talking trash.
All right.
All right. Now
Hey,
I'm
man.
going to take another one.
What?
Well,
Why
you got
are
you got a
doing
whole
this
other
to
spoon.
yourself?
No, because I don't want.
You don't want
Look at
Adam
him.
to say
He-
he
by
has
the way,
one sauce,
yeah, he
baby.
get the whole
Full spoon,
get the same
baby.
thing that like he's dropping it all in there.
Keep the studio clean.
It's all anybody's
Big
worried
Boss
about.
Michael watching over here. Come on.
Ooh, boy, Scrabe, get back in front of the camera. Your face is red, Scrabe, isn't it, Tony? Are you
I'm
seeing
sweating.
the same thing?
You are sweating. Your face is definitely.
Why do you keep doing this?
You're not feeling anything?
Adam hasn't even
Anything?
moved over
I
there.
feel a 1 or maybe a 2 out of 10 here.
Wow.
Adam
That's ridiculous
Klug-
because I'm.
Wow.
Adam Klug is a tough
Amy's
son
now
of a
bent
gun.
over the trash can.
No,
over
I had
there.
to spit.
I was going to say it looks like Adam Klug may be producing the rest of the show because he's fine. Scraby may need
Scraby's
to
going to the
go
bed.
get
bed. Yeah, you know,
assistance.
here's what
Frank-
the milk do. It might
Frank
work
predicted
better.
that.
No.
Oh, did he?
Frank
Scraby's having
predicted that.
bread.
Oh yeah, that Adam would just cruise through this with
Frank
no problem.
predicted this.
He did.
Frank on the last show.
Yeah,
said
you
Adam
had
would
it
have
like
no
that.
problem.
He did.
I got a newfound respect from Tony Gwynn Jr.
Yes,
here.
you do.
So-
all right.
So Skraby has the prizes for you, Adam. You have one, a jar of the ghost.
You can have
pepper
as much of this
salsa.
as you want at all
And-
time. And then there are countdowns that I really am looking forward to. And this is one of those. Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan, 3:33 The Time. Tony's not with us today. Good luck to his daughter and her teammates at Mount Carmel tomorrow in the soccer final. As we said yesterday, good luck to the opposing team as well. San Marcos, I think it was, they're playing.
I think it was.
And, a lot of the kids in basketball, soccer, et cetera, they have championship games either tonight or tomorrow in a lot of those divisions and sports, girls and boys, and good luck to everybody involved. All right. Countdown, today's countdown. Skraby and I are two of the most negative people I know. So why
Speak
did
for yourself.
All right. I'm one of the most negative people I know. So why did it take us so long to come up with this as a category? I don't know why, but better late than never.
I've never seen a bad movie.
Today, and you've never seen a bad movie, so it's going to be tough for you. But today's category on the countdown, the 5 worst movies we've ever seen. And I want to just, before we go to it, these are not, we're trying to choose movies that you've heard of or have, been out there. Because everybody's got a couple of movies that maybe they saw and they're just terrible, but nobody else cares. These are movies that you've heard of that just suck.
I took it like that, but I also took it like people love this movie and I hate it.
Right. All right. Well, let's say we have traffic to
Yes.
lead us off.
Yes, we
okay.
do.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Way too hot to be getting into accidents this afternoon, guys, so please take it extra carefully on the roads. Already a few problems. Southbound 5 right before SeaWorld Drive. We have reports of a collision, not showing if lanes are blocked. Also, stall vehicle up ahead near the 163. It's got the left lane blocked. Southbound 125 near the 8. There's a collision over to the left shoulder. Also on the coastline, we are getting reports of a crash on southbound 5 just past the Aliso Creek Rest area. It's over the right shoulder. And we don't need people dropping stuff in lanes. Southbound 5 before Loma Santa Fe. Guess what? A stupid ladder in the HOV lane. Nice going there. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's now time for Gwynn and Chris to rank their top 5 of the day.
Gonna grip and rip as usual.
But this isn't just a regular top 5 list.
I love it. It sounds sadistic, but I love it.
This is the countdown. And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
Big news before we get to it.
What?
Apparently, Haley Steinfeld showing off baby bump in photo with Josh Allen.
The news.
That's not what you were expecting?
No.
Josh Allen could be Papa Josh. Maybe about the start of next season, I would think.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's a nice thing. See, as I told you, we are haters, and that is why this category is perfect for us.
Yes.
The 5 worst movies we've ever seen. Skraby, I'm going to let you have the honors, and we have not shared our list at all. So it'll be interesting if any of them are the same. I think it would be a long shot because there are a lot of movies.
The chat said Sharknado. That is a great movie.
Sharknado.
That is a great movie.
Well, we always take you with a grain of salt. Give me some movies you
honorable
hate.
mention, they're not going to be on your list. I think they're both Christopher Nolan movies. Tenet and Interstellar. Tenet was cool to watch.
Yeah.
But I had no idea what was going on. Same with Interstellar. Like, zero idea. Tenet, you're like going back through time, and it's just so weird.
Did he not also do one with DiCaprio?
Yeah, that was Inception.
Inception.
Yeah.
Didn't know what was going on in that movie either.
His movies can either be great
seems
or
to
you
do
have
that.
no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, he
All
does that. All right, but
my
that's
number
that's
5.
an honorable mention.
Yes, my number 5 is something everybody loved. Avatar was a terrible movie.
I couldn't be more in agreement with
Oh,
you.
thank you. Thank you.
Could not stand it. Could not
So
wait
much
to
hype.
get out of the theater.
So much hype. It was so long. And by the time you leave, you're like, what did I just watch?
And so many people went to see it that they've made like 9 remakes of it and additions to it. And
yeah,
I don't get the draw for that one. Couldn't agree more. I'm
Thank
on
you.
you. On you with that. Avatar is terrible. My number 5. I mean, I can start with a lot of different things. I'm going to start with this one. Came out a couple of years ago. Emma Stone won Best Actress in this movie. The movie was nominated for Best Picture. It did not win that.
I know where you're going.
But it was so bad. I can't believe anyone. And Emma Stone's like a San Diego and a Padre fan, so I hope she doesn't get wind of this. But that movie, Poor Things, was so awful. I could not believe I was watching it. I just could not believe. You never saw it?
No, I never went there.
I don't get it. And Emma Stone, God love her, but she had no wardrobe in the movie, but it was just awful to watch. I couldn't stand it. And accompanying that movie, Poor Things, is one that came out a few years earlier called The Lobster.
Oh, yeah.
Similarly awful. And I put them together because the man who directed it is a guy named Yorgos Lanthimos. And this guy, he A, disgusts me, and B, his movies are just unwatchable for me. So those are number 5. And that's only number 5. Wait till I get further up the list.
Gonzo said Harold and Kumar made a Christmas movie. That's also a great movie.
Okay.
But Maria said Wolf of Wall Street is awful. That is a great movie.
Kind of like that one also. All right, we're on to number 4.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Number 4.
We need to, I want to get to number 1. So let's.
I think I'm going to really lose a lot of people with this one.
Yeah, maybe.
I have never understood the fascination of watching A Christmas Story.
hate
that movie.
A Christmas Story.
You hate it?
Hate it.
Wow, we're agreeing.
I saw my brother-in-law, Mark, who works up in the movie business. We've talked about it a few times.
Yeah.
He came down one Christmas and said, "Hey, Christmas Story's on tonight. We're watching it, right?" And I'm like, "What's a Christmas Story?" He goes, "You haven't seen one of those.
Yeah.
You got to watch it. We're stopping everything." I hated it from the minute it started.
Yep.
Right with you. Very
Thank
good.
you. Wow, this
Not
is
on my
crazy.
list, but I could have put it on there. Happy with you so far, Skraby. All right, number 4 on my list is Les Miserables, which I also call Les Miserable. The play came out in 1980, or musical. I actually went to see it with my wife at the Civic Theater many years ago, and I have never left a live production at intermission. But my wife and I couldn't wait for intermission. I didn't understand it. I still don't get it. The whole idea of it, the war and the this and the that, I didn't get it. And then they made a movie of it, and they put it up for Best Picture, and Anne Hathaway won an award. And so I said, okay, I'll try to watch it again. I only made it through like a half an hour. Les Miserables, number 4 for me.
Number 3.
The chat has an issue with our the way we're describing our topic, but a bad movie is an opinion, right?
Yeah,
it's not a proof.
Of course it's an opinion.
So they're saying we're not mentioning bad movies, but that's in your opinion.
It's your opinion, and there are other lists out there that rank what they consider to be bad movies.
Yeah.
That's not what we're picking here. We're picking our movies that we don't like.
Yes. And they are bad movies.
I think they are.
All right.
So far, you're on 2 for 2.
I don't know if you've seen this one. I love the first one. I don't think you like the first one, but the second one lost me. Joker 2. One of the worst movies ever. They turned it into a musical. Lady Gaga was in it.
Yeah, I saw it.
It was so weird.
I will just say this. I dislike Joker 1 so much that I had
Joker
no
1.
interest in Joker 2.
Joker 2 I wanted to watch because I love Joker 1. Joker
the end
1
of
was...
Joker 1, the guy takes a gun and starts shooting
don't
people
ruin
in the
it.
face.
Don't ruin it.
It's disgusting.
Well, it's a movie.
Joker. Not good. But all right, Joker 2 for you. Number 3 for me is The Bad News Bears and Arthur. Now, the reason these are together is because the remakes are both so awful, it's hard to describe. And the reason they're on this list is because The Bad News Bears original with Walter Matthau that came out in the 70s is a classic. The one with Billy Bob Thornton was so pathetic, it didn't even resemble the Walter Matthau version.
I don't even know if I've seen that.
Well, you should see the original Bad
I've
News
seen the
Bears.
original, not the newer.
Yeah, don't even bother. And then the movie Arthur with Dudley Moore and John Gielgud winning an Oscar for playing the butler back in 1981 is one of the greatest, funniest comedies ever. There was a remake, though, with what's that guy's name? Robin something or other, the British guy. Robin Brand. You know what I mean?
Oh, Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
Yes.
Again, just so like how they could make such a good movie and then do it again and make it so bad is beyond me. But I highly recommend both of those originals. Stay away from the make. And I know people that are younger that have seen The Bad News Bears with Billy Bob Thornton, and I try to tell them, well, go watch the other one, and they're like, I don't want to because Billy Bob was so bad.
From the chat, Goosenator says Ice Cube War of the Worlds. I know that's a favorite bad movie, but I haven't seen it, so I can't put it on my list.
I couldn't either. Yeah. All right, we're on to number 2. We're rolling.
On to number 2. We got to slow down a little bit, Chris.
We'll make it. I got plenty of ammunition for my top 2.
I'm tempted to say Lord of the Rings because Maria on the chat said, please don't say that, but I'm not going to.
Whoa! I hated Lord of the Rings. You're right there. And you and I are in the same boat again.
But
it's not making your list?
No, it's not because it's not that bad.
Yes, it is.
No, my number 2 is going to be an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Every time I watch an M. Night Shyamalan movie, I want it to be great. I want it to be like The Sixth Sense. I want it to be amazing. And this movie was called The Happening, and I have no idea why, because nothing happened.
Was that the Mark Wahlberg
yes.
one? Yeah.
where it was like people were just like dying.
Didn't get it.
It was so boring. I could not figure out what was happening in this movie, and it's called The Happening.
Nothing happened in The Happening. M. Night Shyamalan, you're hitting it on the head here. The Sixth Sense is a classic. It'll never be topped in terms of surprise ending. I don't think there's ever been a movie that had a better surprise ending than The Sixth Sense, and he's just can't live up to it.
I kind of like the Glass and Unbreakable.
Oh, Unbreakable
Yeah.
had, okay, there were some moments there. I could survive that movie. The Signs with Mel Gibson.
That was all right.
But just most of them didn't work.
He shouldn't have done his best movie first.
Right. He should have stopped. He should have just quit while he was ahead.
You know, the most recent one that he made was with Josh Hartnett, and he was being hunted by the police during a concert.
Yes, that was on Netflix.
I can't remember what the name of the movie was.
I didn't like it either. And his daughter was the singer.
Yeah, his daughter was the singer,
Yeah, it
but
didn't work.
I hated it going into it, but I ended up liking it.
Yeah, M. Night, sorry, buddy. Love The Sixth Sense. You'll always be known for that. So you got that going for
Bat
you.
fan says Killer Wind. Are you kidding me? That was The Happening, was Killer Wind.
Okay. Number 2 for me, understand that in 1996, the movie Fargo came out.
Oh, no.
A classic. The movie Jerry Maguire came out. A classic. They were both nominated for Best Picture that year, but they did not win. They lost to one of the longest, most boring, most uninteresting, most worst acted, most difficult to watch movie I've ever seen, at least for second place. And I have to do this before I even say the title.
Hold on.
There you go. The English Patient. Oh my God. If you want to torture somebody
Never seen it.
for 3 hours, somebody you really don't like, invite them over and download The English Patient. That person will never be friends with you again.
Really?
It's so long. It's so boring. I didn't get it. There's only one movie in my world that's worse than The English Patient, and I'll get to it next. And it won the Academy Award for Best Picture. You watch Fargo and watch The English Patient. Tell me which movie you like better.
Fargo. I'm
not going to really be very close.
I've never seen that one.
You never saw Fargo?
No, English Patient.
Oh, okay.
Tessa says English Patient is torture.
Torture. Thank you, Tessa.
Number 1.
All right, we're on to number 1.
I have scratched out.
This is the worst movie
you can
ever
see
made.
how many scratched out
I love this.
movies I
This is
have.
the worst movie you've ever seen.
I want to say, and this is not Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Oh, man. By the time they got to those, they were bad. Yeah.
And like Shia LaBeouf is swinging through the forest
Yeah,
on
no,
vines
those are
with
bad.
monkeys. It's
Yeah,
like,
those are
okay,
bad. Yeah.
that wasn't bad. The worst movie I think I've ever seen is Independence Day Resurgence, the follow-up of the original Independence Day.
All right.
It is bad.
What's so bad about it?
The acting is terrible.
Will Smith make a return visit?
No.
Okay.
The acting is terrible. The plot is has so many holes in it. This movie was made because they wanted to cash in on Independence Day.
Well, many of them are made for that same reason, which is why it's very difficult to get to me to see a sequel. The only one that's ever really been good was The Godfather and The Godfather 2. Most of the movies that have a 2, Toy Story 2 has always been given a lot of props, but very few of them are, as good the next time.
Yeah.
But you're saying Independence Day Resurgence was the one.
They're already, it's accepted that aliens are a part of the world, and so they have this base on the moon so that they can protect the earth, and it's just stupid.
All right. Now, as much as I hate
Terminator 2 is a great
Terminator 2,
yeah.
good one. Yeah. Very good. Good that somebody pointed that out. That was a good second one. All right. As much as The English Patient is torture, at least there's something happening in the movie. Like there's some fights and some planes flying, and there's a war, and there's a few things at least are happening. It's just terrible, but at least something's happening on the screen.
Okay.
So it's not the worst movie ever made. The worst movie ever made was named Best Picture by the Academy Awards again in 1990. I think you and I have talked about this, and I think we disagree. but that's not going to change my opinion. I went to watch this movie after it won the Academy Award because I said, well, it won the Academy Award, Best Picture. I got to see it. It won every award. It won Best Director. It won everything. But the movie opens. There's a main character. He gets on a horse. He goes out to some post in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, no.
And he sits there for 2 hours and doesn't do anything.
I know where you're going.
Dances with
No,
Wolves
you are
is
wrong.
the most boring movie I've ever seen.
You are
What
wrong.
happens?
You are wrong, sir.
Okay, but nothing happens. Kevin Costner is sitting there at his post, and he won't leave because he promised to stay there. But there's nothing. It's just him sitting there. How is that a great movie?
What are you talking about?
Oh my God!
He falls in love.
Oh,
He becomes one with the tribe. He is on their side.
Okay.
I think his dog's name is Socks.
I don't care what his dog's name is.
I love this movie.
You do? Well, you're not alone. It won Best Picture.
Everybody on the chat is saying Tatanka. Which Tatanka?
What's that?
It's Buffalo. He learned the. I don't remember which tribe it was, but their language is word for buffalo.
Well, you go all enjoy it this weekend. Go watch it again. I will never waste 3 hours of my life with Dances with Wolves ever again.
I would waste 9 hours of my life.
You'd
on
watch it
Dances
3
with
times
Wolves.
back to back to back, huh?
I love it.
Really?
There's another movie I remembered.
You know, I chose it number 1 because I knew it'd be a little more controversial than The English Patient.
And
The English Patient is definitely like everybody's least favorite. So I knew I'd have support on that one.
KG says, it's ironic Skraby hates Avatar, but loves Dances with Wolves when they are basically the same story.
Okay.
I mean, okay, but it's different. Avatar is based upon a bunch of blue people, and they're trying to get rid of the rainforest. I guess what he's saying is that they're trying to take over the land in Dances with Wolves. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud right now because KG is not a fan of my movie choices. House of Wax. I really wanted this one to be good.
Is that Paris Hilton?
And Alicia Cuthbert, and it was not great. It was not.
Well, there's
great.
many other ones, but those are the ones that made our list. John Dunbar is Kevin Costner's character, and he's finally sent to the distant outpost Fort Sedgwick. I'm reading the plot of it right here. And then he sits there for 2 bleeping hours. Doesn't do anything.
No, he does do stuff.
Stupidest movie ever.
I loved it. Frontier
Can't
Life.
believe people love it.
If they could put me on Fort, what was it, Sedgwick?
Yes.
If they would send me to Fort Sedgwick, me and Lucky, that's all I need.
Good, go.
That's all I need.
I'd be happy to send you. I don't know where it is, but I'd be happy to
It's
send
got to be
you.
in like Kansas or something. That is disappointing.
All right, so I think we've arrived at something at the end of this. Dances with Wolves is a little more controversial, but we all know The English Patient is absolutely the worst ever.
Someone said that they had to watch The English Patient in the theater with their mom in Europe, and they've never seen it again.
Yeah, there's no way you'd ever see it again.
There were some pretty good ones
I'm
on
sure
there.
people had some. Everybody's got their own ones. I tried to do ones that were out there and won awards, or you know what I mean, ones that people loved. That I just didn't enjoy.
Like,
because there's a lot of bad movies. We all know that.
Someone asked, like, are we keeping out, Jason 10? Yeah, we didn't. Yeah.
All of that stuff is a way.
Because we already know those are bad movies.
Yeah, those are just stupid. Yeah, you go to those and you know they're bad before you walk in.
Dominic has a great one.
What's he got?
The Babe. John
Babe?
Goodman.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of a lot of sports movies. The Babe is among them, though.
That's bad.
Most sports movies don't resonate with me. I think they're made for people that aren't sports fans. Because if you're a true sports fan, very rarely do they hit it on the mark, unless you give me a Moneyball or you give me, a North Dallas 40 in football.
What about any given Sunday?
Was
Friday
right
Night
there.
Lights.
Yeah, I already mentioned Bad News Bears. You want to see a great, fun baseball movie, the Bad News Bears, but please see the original. Don't make that mistake.
Do you love Babe the Pig?
No, but I wouldn't have it on my list.
No, I did
it was
love
cute
Babe.
enough.
I did love Babe.
Yes, cute enough. All right, that's our list. You can send us some more of your choices. The 5 worst movies ever made. I'm going to go out in the corner of the office where nobody's around and do nothing for the next 2 hours.
Good. very entertaining.
But we're heading into some Chris versus the fans here. So if you'd like to play a little trivia, you can get qualified for our weekly grand prize. This week, it's a pair of tickets to see Guns N' Roses, Snapdragon Stadium. They're going to be here on September 2nd. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com, or you can get in the running for those by dialing us up right now, 833-288-0973. You don't even have to be a trivia expert. A lot of the people who win because I missed the question, right? I mean, it goes both ways. You can either, if you get it right, or I get it wrong. So there's chances for you to win out there.
My mom is adding Shape of Water.
Terrible.
I loved it.
You liked that.
I did. I thought it was
another Academy Award winning movie.
Yep. I thought it was very interesting how she fell in love with the fish man.
Fantastic. Go have at it. Just don't make me watch it. Didn't like that. Did not like that one.
I loved it.
Yeah. Just because a movie wins the Academy Award does not make it a great movie.
I agree with that.
But yeah. All right, everybody's got their own favorites, or in this case, worst movies. Dodgers lost their first spring training game today. Giants beat them 12-4. Dodgers are 6-1. Padres fall to 3-5 after Zach Veen's walk-off homer wins it for the Rockies in talking stick, 3-2. The Rockies are 6-2. Rockies might as well get some of these wins out of the way now,
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Probably more than it took them till, do you remember, just a reminder of how bad the Rockies were last year? They opened the season 9-50.
Yeah.
That is, you almost can't try to do that.
You can't.
But that's
really
how
difficult.
bad they were last year.
And when they came to San Diego, I can't remember. That was like in April, I think.
They didn't score in any of the games.
It was crazy, and only like one guy got hits the entire weekend.
Right, it was the same player. I can't remember was a backup infielder, Kyle Farmer. He got like 6 hits, and no one else got a single hit.
Yeah, that was a really terrible.
And they did not score in 3 games. Yeah, they were bad. All right, we got some players out there. One other note, Skraby, or do you want me to get it in the next segment? One of the Dodger players is injured and not going to start the season. I'll give you like 10 minutes in your mind to guess who that might be.
Okay.
Skraby already knows.
Oh, I could tell you. Well, there's at least 7 choices.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll tell you about that. But first, let's play some trivia.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. You have to... Here are the rules, I should say. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get the question wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question, or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you will get that question for free today. Wow, that was amazing, Chris. Mm-hmm. You held on to that one.
Yeah, I was given a little extra boost by the great musical Les Miserables.
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables.
Yeah. Okay.
Made my list. Worst movie ever.
Let's go to the first.
Top 5.
Go to the first.
I'm proud of my list, though. Even though Dances with Wolves people don't agree on, fine. I'm still not watching.
See, we're getting attacked for our lists being bad. We can't have a list be bad if it's our opinion.
What do you mean it's bad? Does that mean that you all like those movies? You liked The English Patient? You liked the remake of Bad News Bears?
You liked Independence Day Resurgence?
Right. I mean, if you like those, then you think our list is bad. But I hate Christmas Story.
Me too.
Which was on your list. I hated
Avatar,
which was on your list. So you hit some ones I really don't like.
Yeah.
And the ones I don't like, I don't like. Look, go see Poor Things. Knock yourself out. Have a ball. But I can't imagine you liked it. My wife even thought it was like, what are we doing here? She said.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
All right, go ahead.
Let's get into I'm having fun with the chat.
I know we could actually do this for the next 2 hours, but we have other things to tend to.
We understand that our lists are controversial. We understand.
Well, there's no guaranteed these are the 5 worst movies ever made. Everyone's list is going to be different.
Yeah.
All I'm asking you out there is if you don't agree with my list in particular or Skraby's, tell me those. Write us. Don't say movies that we should have put on the list.
Why?
But what I want to hear from people is how many of the movies we had that you actually like.
I saw
like
some agreements.
Tell me, I saw The Lobster and I loved it. Like I will find it shocking if anybody says that. But
there are some people that are saying The Lobster was okay.
Really? Goodness.
There are people saying Poor Things was good.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. Rod says go watch Ernest Joins the Army. Any Ernest movie is great.
Well, I wouldn't say great.
Ernest goes to jail. Ernest Scared Stupid.
Can't give you that one.
Oh, Ernest Scared Stupid is a childhood classic.
Once again, your rating system is a little
childhood classic.
All right, let's get to the game. We got people waiting to play.
You're right. You're right. Let's go to who was I going to choose? Corey. Hello,
hey, Corey.
Corey.
How are you? Uh-oh.
Corey.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, there he is.
Not too much. How
Corey's
are you
there.
doing?
He's good. He's ready.
Good.
All right, you ready to play?
Yeah, let's play.
Ready to play.
Sounds like you always ask people.
First time play.
First time play.
See, Chris, I'm giving them an extra second.
You say, "Are you ready to play?" I always assume that people are ready. They've called in and they're on the air.
You never know.
But anyway, okay,
All
good,
right.
Corey. Good luck. You got to go
2.
right to question 2. Yeah.
In the 2004 Major League Baseball playoffs, which pitcher was made famous for a bloody sock?
Good. Number 2.
Kurt Schilling.
Kurt
very good,
Schilling. What was the story on this? He had a procedure done or something?
Yeah, and the blood was going, just kind of oozing out. And he pitched a great game and, never really tended to the shoe or the blood. That guy kind of added to his legend.
It was something that added to his lore. That is for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we're already at number 3. So here we go.
Could be a win here for Corey.
Then we'll go back to movies for another
That's
10
right.
minutes.
So we can think of another horrible movie.
All right. Michael King, game 3 of the playoffs against the Cubs.
Wow.
What inning did he pitch in that game?
Get out of here.
Adam and I were both throwing this back and forth the other day.
What inning did he pitch? Ay. 6th inning. Corey's just throwing one out there. Why would he get it right?
Because some people know this.
Why do they know it?
Because it's just something they know off the top of their head. I knew it off the top of my head.
You did?
Yep.
Oh,
that's why I'm asking.
Good news for you, Corey.
Because if I know it, then a lot of people know it.
Good news for you, Corey. I don't know it off the top of my head. Michael King. Maybe he started the game. I really don't even remember who started the game.
I have it all in my head for when you give me a guess.
Dun, dun, dun. Game 3, right?
Game 3.
What inning did he pitch? I think so. 3rd. I have no idea. You win,
You were
Corey.
close. Wow, Corey. Stay right there.
Okay, so what is the big? Okay, what inning?
4th.
Okay, but
4th inning.
What's important about that?
It was just it was a moment that I think people can remember, and it was.
Why would they remember? Why would you remember that Michael King pitched just the 4th inning?
We got some people in the chat that knew that.
Okay, but why is it worth remembering? What's the context of why this is important?
He looked amazing, and it was his first game back after injuries, and all that stuff.
Okay.
And Chris is angry because he lost.
That's stupid. You always say that, but I thought even if I would have got it right, I would have asked you, what is the significance of that?
Well, Adam and I were both talking about it, and we both thought it was a great question, number 3.
Well, I had a 1 out of 8 chance, actually 1 out of 7, because Corey eliminated an inning.
Yeah, you're right. Here's what happened.
Know.
Yu Darvish started. He didn't go a full inning. And then Jeremiah Estrada came in.
Okay.
And then they kept going down the line with the pitchers. And then Michael King came in the 4th.
Okay. I don't remember a lot about that game other than that we didn't score much. What was it, 3-1?
3-0, I think.
We got shut out.
I think. Unless they scored one at the end. Let me see. Game
honestly, what I remember
Padres.
about that game was that Xander Bogaerts
3-1.
yelled at the umpire because he struck out on a pitch that didn't really look much like a strike.
Their one lone run came on. Oh, I can't find it fast enough. Jackson Merrill hit a home run on the top of the ninth. I do remember this now. And then
on
we're
the top of the ninth?
Yes, I remember. And then Xander came up, and there was a chance for them to come back because Xander could have walked, and then Ryan O'Hearn would have come on. He got hit by a pitch. Bryce Johnson got hit by a pitch. It was a crazy end to the season.
So did Bogaerts make the last out?
No. Freddie Fermin did. Bogey was the first out. Then Jake Cronenworth was the second out, and then Freddie Fermin was the third out.
But I'll forever know that Michael King pitched the fourth inning because that is the big deal that stands out from that game. I just don't get the question. You always think that I'm mad because I lose. I'm not. I'm mad because the question just has no interest. Nothing to it.
Clay has a great point. Chris knows some other useless trivia and we don't ask why.
I know a lot of useless trivia, but I can always find a reason that it means something.
That meant something for me because I remember when Michael King went in the game and he was just mowing down guys, and then they took him out, and I'm like, what are they doing? That was terrible. Why would you take him out? Guy hasn't pitched in like all season.
Maybe
He's
that's why
mowing
they
down
took him
a
out.
playoff lineup.
He pitched one inning.
I know. I was upset.
Yeah, well, I'll never forget you, Michael King. Fourth inning of that game. Great.
I bet you Tony knows.
I don't know. Don't count on that.
Should I text him?
Sure.
Okay.
He's probably on a plane back to San Diego for his daughter's soccer tomorrow.
That might be true. Traffic's going to be at the end, Chris.
We'll get traffic at the end. When we come back, Skraby's going to tell us who pitched the fifth inning, the sixth inning, the seventh inning, and the eighth inning, because it's all of great interest on 97.3 The Fan. Are people still throwing movie names out there?
No, it's slowed down a little bit.
All right. If we missed it, our countdown earlier, 5 worst movies we've ever seen. See, people didn't get the category. They thought we were just naming the 5 worst movies.
No.
We're not. We were naming our 5 worst movies.
And again, I have a really hard time with this because I love every movie.
You do seem to find something in every movie.
And I love Dances with Wolves.
But you hit a few that I agreed with.
Yes, you did. Or yes,
Christmas
I did.
Story.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
What was the other one you named that I didn't like? Oh, Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you did a good job on
The
your
Happening.
list. Yeah, that was just kind of a general M. Night Shyamalan failure.
Also, I wanted to put every Avenger movie, but some of them are kind of good, and I don't remember which one is which. So
They run together.
Yeah.
Miami, Ohio is 28-0. They are kind of one of the stories of college basketball this season. They're trailing right now, though, in the second half to Western Michigan. Western Michigan coming into this game with a record of 10-18. But Western Michigan is ahead 41-37. Still 16 minutes to go. We'll keep an eye on that for you. If Miami, Ohio loses this game and then loses in the conference tournament,
it's over.
They can forget it.
It's over.
It's over. It's over. Aztecs play at New Mexico tomorrow. I'm not fond of the 11 a.m. start time. And I agree. I think it's great. We're on CBS. It's the big network. The whole
I think
thing.
you called it a few weeks ago the Big Daddy.
The Big Daddy. But if we have to play at 11 a.m., I'd rather play on the sports network at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Basketball's not meant to be played for your body clock at 11 a.m. It's just not.
Wait, so the game is at 10 a.m. here?
No, 11 a.m. here.
So noon.
Right. But that'll still be 11 a.m. unless they go to New Mexico 3 days ago and get used to the time change.
I mean, during the tournament, they have to play morning games, midday games.
Okay. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. There are some games at noon. I just don't like the time for this game tomorrow. Aztecs have to figure out a way to get a big road win. And Skraby, you said it earlier. This team has not shown signs that it can really do this.
It's not consistent.
No, they're coming off a nice win the other night, but, if you watch them all year, they normally go right back, the next game. So see what happens tomorrow morning. That's going to be one I'll keep an eye on for sure. Sam Levitt was on with us earlier from spring training, where the Padres lost to the Rockies 3-2, 2 2/3 innings, 4 strikeouts, or no, just 2 innings for Vasquez.
Yes.
4 strikeouts. Good job.
That was a really good day for him. Really
and
good.
And if you want to hear the strikeouts, like the smoothest possible presentation of them, listen to this.
Oh, I gotta go.
You have it anymore?
Oh yeah, I gotta go find it.
Oh yeah, listen to this. I mean, this is golden. Whoever did this, and I knew when I heard it, it wasn't Skraby, because it's just so clean.
Okay, calm down.
Listen to this.
Here it is.
Ball and 2 strikes to Hunter Goodman. Vasquez turns and delivers a fastball right on the outside corner at the knees, and strike 3 called. Long look into Campusano. Now the 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Seems like a continuation. Swing and a miss here, and a strikeout of Thompson, his 3rd K of the day, 1 out. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks of Thompson and McCann.
You know what I would have done different with this video, Chris?
What?
To make it just a little bit better is I would have cross-faded the clips.
Cross-faded? Don't know what that is.
Basically, I would have faded them into each other because this is just a hard cut, and so you hear it switching to the next one. So I would have cross-faded them so you don't hear that.
The ABS system challenge continuing.
Not even a comment, huh?
Well, I don't know what you meant. Like, I didn't even know it. You were speaking like another
like
language.
I'm blending them together instead of 2 separate clips. It sounds like one clip.
Got it. Okay.
ABS.
Yeah, the ABS system is not working.
What? Why?
Because it's working, but it's not working.
Okay.
Catchers are challenging every other pitch. There's a poor umpire the other day that had 5 mistakes in the first inning.
Oh, by the way,
this is not what we should be doing, where every pitch now is going to be challenged. It's going to drive us crazy by April 2nd. We're going to be like, enough of this already.
By the way, the 5 straight pitch, that was throughout the entire game. It wasn't one sequence.
Doesn't matter.
It does, because
you're going to call. Campusano had 2 in one game the other day. This is going to be a really, really lousy if you think it's going to work. The fact that you can have 2 challenges is what is the problem, because you can just willy-nilly risk the first
we're back
one.
To this?
Yeah.
This has been like 2 weeks of this.
I can't help it. It's not changed.
It's not that big of a deal.
It is 2, Skraby, when Fernando, no, he's not leading off this year. When Bogey comes up against Scooble, and the first pitch of the season is down the middle, called the ball, and Scooble's catcher taps, and they change it. And then the next pitch, Xander challenges, and he gets it right. You're going to be like, enough already. This wasn't meant to be used in the top of the first with nobody on base. This is meant to be used with the bases loaded and the game on the line in the 8th inning. Then I get it. But catchers are going to be so sure of themselves because they're right behind home plate. They can't miss it. They can't miss it. The catcher's going to catch the ball off the plate or on the plate, and it's going to be called the ball, and they're going to challenge it. And and if they're not wrong, they get unlimited challenges.
No, here's the thing.
Why don't you see this potential problem?
I don't see this happening. A lot of the teams have said this, and I've been reading MLB.com articles about this. They're all just testing out the system. So that's why there are so many challenges, because they're trying to figure out, is my eye as good as I think it is, type of thing. I don't think this is going to be a big deal during the season. And Chris, if it is, and you're right, I will say you were right. But I'm not saying that you're wrong, because there are some loopholes I think teams are going to find, but I don't know it's going to stop the game as much as
it's not loopholes that they're going to find. It's loopholes that I've already found. You are risking nothing by challenging in the first or second or third or fourth inning.
You're risking a challenge that you can't get back.
Fine, but you'll still have the one you need later in the game.
But what if you lose that one too? Now you don't have 2 challenges in the end of I was talking about this last night.
But there's no reason for the catcher to be wrong. He's sitting behind home plate. He has a better look than the umpire. He catches the ball. He knows if it's over the plate. And if the umpire calls it a ball, the catcher's going to be correct, because when they show it, it's going to be over the plate for a strike. And I think catchers are going to hit this at about 95% of the time right, which means they'll keep challenging.
I don't think so.
I really think they will.
I don't think so.
Why wouldn't you?
Because because not every pitch is going to need to be challenged.
We'll see. We'll see.
I mean,
I just they're playing with a really slippery slope here. I can't say it enough.
Hey, I think you're both right.
It's okay for there to be a mistake on strike 2. Just get back in the box and swing away. Be ready.
And I think a lot of guys are going to do that. A lot of guys are going to do that.
There's
going to be a point in the season where they need a challenge in the 9th inning, and
a team will have lost it,
and they were going to be gone. So
Guaranteed.
They can't use it.
Guaranteed that'll happen as well. But for the most part, there's no risk to challenge.
There is a risk. You lose your challenge.
If you had 1, then you'd be risking it.
That's why
the fact that you have 2 means you've got 1 to play with. So keep on challenging until you get 1 wrong. I don't know why you don't agree with me, but you want to fight me on this one. So go ahead.
No, I want to maybe bring you back to earth a little bit, because I think this is being overblown here in this studio.
I can't wait till you get tired of challenges in the 3rd inning of the first game.
If that happens, I told you already. And the chat is witness to it. I will
even
sit
the
here
umpires
and say
are going to be like,
"We're right."
The umpire's going to walk out. Another challenge. Okay, here we go.
You did say this about the pitch clock too, and then you ended up loving it.
And I'll agree that I'll be wrong if I'm wrong. Let's do the big 5. Get off of this system.
Ben and Woods.
still down 49-44, about 11 minutes to go there at Western Michigan. Keep an eye. A little upset alert, as it were. Gwynn and Chris on 97.3 The Fan. Tony's idol today. Big Five. What do you got, Skraby? Anything good?
Well, yes, we have a couple combine questions. I know you don't like them, but remember the NFL, some of the teams ask very strange questions to the people who are at the combine trying out.
Prospective draft choices,
yes.
yeah.
And I think it was a couple years ago, they were asking about sexualities and things like that. Well, Fernando Mendoza was asked a question, or more so of a statement, and we'll play that.
The Indiana quarterback.
Yeah. Also, there's a growing contingent of people thinking that A.J. Preller made a huge mistake by trading Brandon Lockridge.
All right, let's get into it then after we get some traffic, if that is
It
ready.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Seeing a correlation with the hot weather and all of these accidents, guys. Wow. Crank that air conditioner. Stay comfortable. Stay careful out there. North 5 coastline, right before Manchester. Car and Big Rig got into it there over the right shoulder. Further north on the 5 before Palomar Airport Road, stalled vehicle has been pushed over to the right shoulder. Also got a collision on East 56 past Carmel Country Road. It's over the right shoulder. And in Fallbrook, northbound 15 before Mission Road. Crash involving a couple vehicles there in the center divide. Now southbound 15 before Miramar Road, stalled car in the center divide. Further south on the 15, another stall. This one's at Adams Avenue, and it happens to be a Big Rig picking up that slow lane. Westbound 8 for the 805 collision over the right shoulder, and eastbound 8 got another stall right at the southbound 125. It's in the center divide. South 125 past the King Freeway, crash in the fast lane, and westbound 905 just past the 805 collision in the center divide. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
And we are broadcasting live from the Bell House Studios. We know how. We're going to get right into it.
Number 5.
Because many people are very concerned, Chris, about Brandon Lockridge. He's having a great start to his spring.
I'm so happy for
We
him.
can't deny that. He is 6 for 11, hitting 545, 1182 OPS kind of thing. Some are thinking, though, that the Padres made a mistake. Here is the trade that sent Brandon Lockridge to Milwaukee. And it was done last year at the trade deadline. Milwaukee Brewers traded left-handed pitcher Nestor Cortez and shortstop Jorge Quintana and cash to the Padres for left fielder Brandon Lockridge. Chris, are we going to miss Brandon Lockridge?
Probably not. I think he's a 4th/5th outfielder. He may prove me wrong. 2 home runs in spring training. Who'd he hit them against?
One of them was a Padre.
Yeah, right. That's right. He went against us. I don't know. Lockridge had a good spring last year. That's why he made the team.
Yeah.
He made the team because he had a good spring. I like Lockridge as a 4th or 5th outfielder. He's got some speed. I think it was worth risking him to see if Nestor Cortez could help us. That didn't work.
Yeah.
But it's a risk that I think is, I think now you're looking at it. If you're going to say it's a terrible thing, et cetera, a bad move, yeah, I think it's revisionist history, because I think most people were pretty happy to bring in Nestor Cortez based on what his career had looked like and what he might be able to do. He did not pitch well here, but I don't think we're going to have, like a James Wood type of second guessing on this one.
No.
Or there's going to be Marcy is starting to become kind of a second guess type of guy, the way he finished last year. Some players like that, but no, I'm going to say no. And if Lockridge proves me wrong, I'll be happy for him.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think this is going to change the fortunes of the team. We've seen what Brandon Lockridge can do. There was a stretch of time where he was a starting outfielder because he needed to be.
Yeah.
And they got Jorge Quintana back in the deal too, so we'll see if he could develop into anything. Nestor Cortez didn't work out. I don't think we should second guess this one. Someone on the chat, it's rolling by too fast, but they did make a good point. Sometimes another player or a player traded gets more playing time because they're going to a place that they're needed. And
I just don't know that
more opportunity.
I don't know that Brandon Lockridge, he doesn't look like the kind of guy that's ever going to go 28 home runs, 96 RBIs, right?
No. If anything, he's a defensive specialist.
So, good for him, and I'm rooting for him. I liked having him on the show.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go. I'm not going to worry about this one too much.
All right.
Number 4.
We agree. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana quarterback. He was at the combine. He did not throw, but he revealed one of the weirdest questions he got from a team at the combine. He sat down with CBS's Aditi Kinkhabala, and she said, Aditi Kinkhabala, you know who she is.
I don't.
We've talked about her before. She's an NFL reporter.
All right, I like her name. I'm just saying.
Okay, here we go.
Don't you?
I've heard her name like a billion times.
I like it. Aditi
It's a
Kinkhabala.
nice name.
It's a good
Aditi
name.
Kinkhabala.
Yeah, good.
Here is Fernando Mendoza.
What was the one most bizarre question you got?
One about, hey, I don't know what I can say. It was, hey, maybe you should get arrested. And I was like, I was a little confused, but then it was like the slide. So hopefully I don't get arrested.
I don't get that one.
So you can slide in the draft.
Can you tell us who said that?
It was not one of the teams I had a formal interview with, so I'm not gonna. I don't want to expose the team.
What was?
My question is about Fernando Mendoza, Chris.
What did he just say there? I didn't even get it.
He said that the team says, hey, maybe you should get arrested and it will help you slide to us in the draft. So they were making a joke to do something bad so that they slide to him.
Yeah, okay.
My question is this.
Really? Somebody said that to him?
I guess so.
Come on, man. God.
Do you think Fernando Mendoza's personality is going to mesh well in the NFL?
His personality?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Because he's like he's a
very
Lord-bearing guy?
No, nothing like that. No.
All right. Well, I don't know where you're
he's
coming
just very
from with the
positive. He's kind of
So why would
overly
that be bad?
positive.
Why would
He's
that
always
be bad?
I don't know that NFL players.
They don't want somebody who's upbeat and positive?
Not this upbeat and positive.
Interesting. Yeah, I think it's I don't get the question. I mean, I get the question, but I'm not. I'm with you.
I'm gonna be real.
I think.
about
But I'm gonna also say that I'm gonna be surprised if I don't even remember his name. Fernando Mendoza. I don't think he's gonna be great. I don't think he's gonna be worthy of a number 1 pick. I'll be very surprised if he lights it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But I didn't think much of Drake May. Drake May's become pretty good, although playoffs would beg to differ. So, a lot of these guys, I'm not great at judging college talent to pro talent. It's never been something I felt comfortable doing well. A lot of guys end up being good that I don't expect, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But I don't expect Mendoza to be great.
I don't either.
So,
it was a bad question.
But the fact he's a good guy is it's good. I like that he's a good guy.
I do too. I don't.
We have enough jerks. We have enough jerks out there.
I asked a terrible question.
Yeah, we have enough guys that are, why would you even want to deal with some of these guys?
Like, my original question was, should the NFL PR approve these questions? But
that right there wouldn't be the worst idea.
Statement.
Some of these things are just idiotic. What was I don't know. I mean, look, nothing's ever going to top the media's worst question of all time. The Doug Williams.
Please bring it back up because it's worth it.
The Doug Williams quarterback.
Go for it.
You want me to say it?
Yeah.
How long have you been a black quarterback? I think that was the worst question ever asked.
Question. And his answer was my whole life.
That was really bad. But some of these guys in these interview process are just what? Go ahead.
Number 3.
Buster Olney, friend of the show, tweeted this earlier. Jack Flaherty pitching to Phillies prospect Dylan Campbell, and when a 2-strike pitch was taken for strike 3, Campbell asked for a challenge. The replay showed the ball was just about down the middle, and Flaherty appeared to yell in the direction of the hitter as he walked off the field.
Like, Are you kidding me? Type of thing.
Yeah. It's a spring training game.
Okay.
So my question, I guess I'm up first. Is Jack Flaherty a fake tough guy? I think he is a fake.
You
tough
do,
guy.
huh?
He I wouldn't.
You're going to think that
No.
until the day he comes up and pops you one.
I was gonna say I wouldn't say this in front of his face, but I do think that he tries to have that edge on the mound where he's like this angry, don't mess with me type of pitcher, so he has to be like this. But I think it's all a charade. It's all like played up so that he can be that guy.
Are there any other incidents you're pointing to with Jack Flaherty?
Yeah, there's been incidents. He's had a few incidents where they meet like halfway between the mound and the home plate type of thing. But what do you think? Yelling at someone in spring training is ridiculous.
I think challenging a pitch that's right down the middle is ridiculous. We've already gone over it, but
that is kind of ridiculous.
I'm going to tell you something. If I were pitching, I just know me. And I'm not proud of all of my behavior as a pitcher. I think I've grown up since those days. But if I had a challenge system like this and I threw one right down the middle and you didn't swing because I fooled you or whatever the case was, and you tried to get out of it by challenging.
Well, first off, that's a dumb move because you're going to lose and you lose your challenge.
Yes, but I would feel some type of way. I'd be like, just go sit down.
You going to go throw at his head next time?
No. But I think I might come off the mound and say, just go sit down. Get out of here with this stupid challenge.
So you can identify
I'm with
Jack
Flaherty on that one. Yeah, I am.
In a spring training game.
Yes, I am. I'm competitive.
All right.
Yeah. You're gonna call me out. I mean, I made a great pitch. I'm sorry, sir, but you need to just recognize that and give me the credit I'm due rather than trying to blame it on the umpire.
That is true. That is true. All right.
Number 2.
Now, if you didn't see this, Lionel Messi was knocked to the ground by a fan and a security guard at the end of Inter Miami.
Was it a North Carolina basketball fan?
No, I don't think.
He was punched in the face, I tell you.
They had a friendly match in Puerto Rico yesterday.
Doesn't sound too friendly.
It doesn't sound too friendly. A fan ran to the center circle and grabbed Messi by the waist before both were pulled down by a security guard. Messi appeared to be unharmed, but he immediately got up and walked to another part of the field as security multiplied in a bid to prevent anyone else from reaching the forward. Multiplied was their word in the article.
Right.
My question is, and we talk about this all the time, Chris, but how much more are sports going to be willing to give us access to the field? Meaning, when are they going to put up fences?
Why was a fan on the field? Because they
wanted to go. Yeah, they would storm the field.
It's funny that this came up because I saw a very funny video on Twitter about 2 weeks ago, and it was of Lionel Messi's bodyguard sprinting all the way across a soccer field to keep some little kid away from getting near Messi. Like, the guy saw somebody come toward Messi. He took off like Carl Lewis and just got there just in time to keep the kid from touching Messi. And then they showed another one and another. And this bodyguard, he's the same guy. People see and know who he is. He's incredible. So I don't know how this one got past him, to be honest with you.
I think they were playing the game, so it's like maybe the security guard wasn't expecting for someone.
I don't think the security guard...
security that's paid to be there to handle this?
No, the security guard is like Messi's guy.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
He doesn't miss anything, so I'm surprised. I've said it before. I think that there could be a day where they put chicken wire up.
That's what I'm saying.
Separate us.
Yeah.
But I said it like 25 years ago, and we're not there yet. So I'm going to hold out hope that we never get there.
I think we're going down.
You think we'll get there
next 5 years?
But they would have chicken wire between.
I'm not saying chicken wire. I'm just saying a barrier so someone
can't. You can't get up. Well, if you put chicken wire up, you can't get on the field.
No, but you're like in a basketball game, they're going to have to remove everyone from the sidelines.
They call everybody. Well, they'd have to go back to calling basketball team the Cagers.
Okay.
Because they played in a cage, and then everybody have to sit outside the cage and watch them play.
I don't want that.
It's not going to happen.
But people are now storming the field to go hug Messi or whatever.
Come on.
Our
test punched a fan in Detroit because of their awful behavior. That was 25 years ago now. Kind of thing hasn't happened.
There's been a few fights in the NBA this year that have gotten a little crazy.
Of course they have. I'm going to hold out hope that the fans can It's always a couple of bad eggs that ruin the.
But they're going to ruin the bunch dress.
I think they're going to hold off on that.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I think
they've held off this long. They got a few more. They can do it.
There's one reason, Chris, why they won't do it is because they're going to lose lots of money in close seats to the playing area.
Not going to give those up. We know that.
No way.
The NHL has been asked for 2 decades now to give up a couple of rows of seats so that they can make the ice surface bigger and open up the game. The owners absolutely refuse to do it because those are.
Do you think
$500 seats?
Do you think it's needed?
I wouldn't think it would be bad for the NHL. These players are so big.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's nowhere to go out on the ice.
Is a hockey rink basically a basketball court?
No.
Or maybe bigger?
No, a hockey rink's, what is it, 200 feet by 85 feet, I think.
Okay, it's not big.
But it's bigger than a basketball court. Basketball court's only 94 feet long. Hockey rink's 200 feet.
I did not know that.
Yeah, 94 by 47, hunk of wood. Chuck Kern used to say it all the time when he was...
Hunk of wood?
That's what he would say when he was broadcasting the game.
All right.
Chuck Kern was
I learned
the man.
something new today.
Number 1.
Let me look this up to make sure of the numbers, but it's something similar to that. Go.
Okay.
Size of a basketball court.
Did you know, Chris, that Merrill Kelly was offered a contract by the Padres? Do you see this?
I didn't.
He was offered
94 by 50 NBA.
Okay. And hockey's way bigger than that.
Hockey's, I think, 200 by 85. Go ahead. I'll look it up.
So Merrill Kelly was apparently reportedly offered a 3-year deal by the...
Yeah, 200 by 85. I was right on the hockey. So the hockey rink is far bigger than an NBA court. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was way wrong with that.
Okay.
That would be kind of ridiculous to have a bunch of guys in pads trying
now,
to
the
skate
difference
on a
is,
basketball
just
court.
real quick, now an international rink is 200 feet by 98 feet. So it's 10 meters or 10 feet wider. So 5 feet on either side. Give you a little more room to operate. But there isn't a single NHL owner ever want to give up those seats to make room for it.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, Merrill Kelly.
Yeah.
He was offered a 3-year, fully guaranteed deal with the Padres that had a similar average.
Who's reporting this? Ken Rosenthal?
No, I don't know who's reporting. Oh, Foul Territory is saying this.
Okay.
I think Merrill Kelly said it because he was on their show.
All right.
He revealed why he did not sign with the Padres and instead went back to signing with the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
He said, quote, "I don't think it's any secret on how much money you get taken out of your pocket when you go to California." So he is choosing Arizona over California due to the taxes. He said, "I love San Diego. It's just, like I said, they take too much money out of my pocket. The taxes over there are on a different level. We had my numbers guy run the numbers, and it just made more sense to come home."
Yeah. Okay.
My question is,
it's a good question.
3-year deal. 3-year deal for a 38-year or soon to be 38-year-old pitcher. Did the Padres get lucky?
Did we get lucky? I don't know. But I think a better question is whether more athletes are going to choose not to come play with the Padres.
I was thinking about that, but then I read someone say, well, look at the Dodgers. Everybody's making a ton of money.
Maybe
going
someday
to them.
they'll think twice about the Dodgers.
That's true.
I mean, Kyle Tucker is making how much?
A lot,
right? 37. Well, I honestly, it's so big. I forget.
He's making like $60-something million a year.
Right. So maybe if he made $50 million a year for the Cubs, he'd actually make more money.
He could.
I think other people besides Merrill Kelly may start thinking about that. I do.
Sorry. His Kyle Tucker's salary for this coming year, Chris, is only $1 million. So
this year?
Yeah.
Oh, because
and then it goes to $55 million next year.
Yeah, I think that I'm actually surprised we haven't heard this yet. That a guy turned down a chance to go play in San Diego because of the taxes.
Tyler says LA is paying a majority of Tucker's salary as a signing bonus, so it isn't taxed as a California salary.
There's always ways around this stuff, is what Tucker's pointing out.
You know what I say? We all have to pay our fair share of taxes. Just do it. Merrill Kelly.
I know what you're saying, but I don't think he's the last person that this will be the case.
No, and I can understand that when you're making a lot of money, you're taxed. I honestly don't even know. I'm not a tax person.
Well, we're never going to make that kind of money, so it's not going to come into play
speak for
us.
yourself.
I am speaking for you as well.
Okay. That's it. But that's it for the Big Five.
All right. Upset is looking more and more probable.
Uh-oh.
Western Michigan 62. Miami 50. Is that a 3? 56. Yes, they hit a 3. So they're down 6. 5:22 to go. But Western Michigan's led this game the entire way by 6, 8, 9 points. So see if Miami, Ohio can rescue it and save their perfect season. Meanwhile, oh my goodness, happy hour already?
Yeah.
I really think we should just start naming off more movies that we hate.
I don't have any more.
You're out. You're plumb out.
Yeah. Unless I start naming movies that people love and they're going to get mad at me.
Yeah. Well, they were mad at me. All of you Dances with Wolves fans out there, have at it.
Everybody get behind me in line.
Knock yourself
Tatanka.
out. No, knock yourself out. Or if you like Dances with Wolves, just shoot a video of like your wife sitting on the couch. Pretty similar. More Gwynn and Chris coming back. Happy hour stuff. Matt Skraby today. Tony Gwynn Jr. be back with us on Monday. Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr. heading to the Dominican Republic. They've had enough of Padres spring training.
Oh, they're over it.
They're done.
I would be over it, too.
Getting ready for the World Baseball Classic, which starts on March 5th. Manny, of course, got out of town with a couple of homers yesterday.
Yeah.
And a sacrifice fly today. Fernando leaves with a 3-for-12 performance, 3 singles on his spring training resume. Padres lost to the Rocks today, 3-2. So, it can't get much lower than that.
No.
Losing to the Rockies. We had a 2-2 tie until Sam Levitt joined the program live from the stadium.
Yep.
And the minute we started talking, Zach Veen of the Rockies hit it over the wall and the game was over.
Yep.
Way to go, Sammy.
Well, he was just trying to get home a little bit early. He didn't want to see.
There wasn't going to be extra innings anyway.
No, they always stop it.
I mentioned earlier that the Dodgers have a star player that is not going to be ready for opening day.
Shoot.
And this is going to come as no surprise to anyone who's ever followed baseball.
Yeah. Hold on, let me do this. You can work up to it.
The thing is, we, meaning you and I, like this guy a lot. Right?
Yeah.
But, he's a Dodger now, so it's hard to like him as much as we used to. Secondly, he hasn't won just one Cy Young Award, like had a lucky year. He's won 2 Cy Young Awards. He's won an award in each league. Like Gaylord Perry did that and him. There's hardly anyone else. If there might be the only 2 off the top of my head. That's how good this guy is. He also.
Should I keep playing the drums?
Yeah, you can do whatever. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about by now. He also was brilliant in the postseason. He was brilliant in the World Series the last 2 years. But he doesn't bother doing anything in April, May, and June. He just doesn't.
Can you reveal now?
Blake Snell.
Yeah.
He's not going to be ready for opening day. He's coming back from a shoulder injury that has lingered since last season. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter because the Dodgers don't care.
Yes.
Like they only need him to pitch, in September and in the playoffs. And I guess they have that luxury, right?
Yeah.
But it just goes to the whole world that I can't get behind, which is it's okay if I'm not playing. Basketball has basically, the NBA is almost being ruined by players sitting out games. I don't know that the players realize that, but there are so many of us who are so tired of tuning in a game and not seeing any of the star players on the floor, or not knowing from night to night if LeBron's in, if Luka's in, if Devin Booker's in, if so-and-so's in. Today, Lauri Markkanen of the Jazz was put out on the injury list with 2 weeks hip injury. Does anybody believe the guy's even hurt? Remember, he was the same guy that they kept taking out of the game in the fourth quarter in an attempt to lose games.
I wonder if they're doing that to cover themselves.
Right. Now they just put him on the injury list and say he's not going to play at all for 2 weeks because he's got to. I don't think anyone even believes he's hurt. It's just simpler. And if I wasn't hurt and they said, hey, we need you going on the injury list for a couple weeks, I'd be like, absolutely not. I want to play. I'm a player. There's a line in the famous song by Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac back in the day. The song's called Dreams. Most people know it. But there's a line in the movie that says, players only love you when they're playing. And it's accurate. If you're a player, you want to play. But we're coming into a time for some reason now, Skraby, where it is not only accepted to sit out, it's almost encouraged to sit out.
That is true.
And this is just so wrong and so bad for sports. For all I know, Markkanen is really hurt. But the point being, we don't know. Like, it's in question in my mind. It's better for an NBA team that's going to be in the playoffs, like Oklahoma City, for example. It's better that SGA sat out 12 games here recently. It just is rest. They don't want him to be going full strength. He had to play 82 games plus 20 playoff games last year. Now he's going to be asked to do this again. So, yeah, just lie to us and tell us he's got a whatever. And maybe he really did, but maybe he didn't. And they just needed to have him get some time off and rest before the playoffs this year. He's coming back tonight. But we don't know anymore because, like it used to be, if somebody said, hey, so-and-so's not playing, you're like, they're hurt. I guarantee, I don't want to go back to, my day's better. It's not that. It's that this is a really slippery slope. I'm going to say one thing for the NFL, because there's only 18 games or 17 games, you don't see guys just skipping a couple of games for the hell of it.
No, not unless you're at the end of the season and you've clinched and things like
that. That is sensible.
Yeah.
But what's happening in, the NBA now is really bad. So bad that they're trying to come up with rules now to prevent it and keep teams from intentionally losing. Like, you are commissioner of the league. You were hired to run the NBA. Kind of one of the last things you'd think is that you'd have to come up with a rule to make teams try to win.
That is,
you know what I mean?
Kind of crazy,
right? You're coming up with I mean, they're thinking of all kinds of different things for this. By the way,
case in point, I wanted to go to a Clippers game, but I also wanted to see Kawhi Leonard. So I looked on their website, saw that the tickets were kind of expensive, and I just didn't purchase, Chris, because I have no idea if Kawhi Leonard is going to play on that day.
We don't know when he's going to play. And when he does, he's worth the price of admission.
Yeah, but I could buy a $500 ticket and then he's sitting on the bench.
Very easily.
And that would anger me. And that's why I didn't buy the ticket.
It's acceptable, though. And the league is going against the teams. It's the league versus the players. It's the league versus the teams. The league wants to do what's best for the league. The teams want to do what's best for their own individual team. And they feel that resting is better for their team. And, if it starts getting into baseball, I don't know. But I don't
think it will get it. Baseball players are way too serious.
Does anyone really believe that Glasnow and Blake Snell and this guy and that guy and the Dodgers had all of these guys who couldn't do anything until it was postseason? Then all of a sudden Sasaki was throwing 98 miles an hour, but he couldn't pitch all season. I just don't believe it anymore.
If you're looking at Blake Snell's innings pitched over the years, he's only twice in his career had more or at least reached 180. His most is 180 and 2/3. And then when he won the Cy Young here is 180. Otherwise, it's 89, 107, 50, 104. Last year, 61.1.
I'm not picking on Blake Snell. I'm picking on the whole thing. And just to add to my frustration with this, Skrabe, and yours probably too, they're all playing less, but they're making more.
Oh, of course.
Blake Snell is making so much money that he ought to feel compelled to pitch. And I'm calling him out unfairly because I'm not his doctor. I'm not there. I don't know. Maybe he's really hurt. The problem is Blake Snell right now falls under the category of where you can almost question it.
I also think it's much more it's a much more visible thing when you have a starting pitcher not going, because they're everybody knows who's going to go that night. And when you don't have a Blake Snell in the rotation, you realize it. I don't know if there's load management in baseball, but I think
there is.
I would say that a lot of the players like to play in baseball. You have to like to play in baseball if you're going to be a professional. You can't be okay with playing 162 games. You have to be locked in.
Well, it was never a question back in the day. You just played whenever you could play. Now, I mean, Fernando got I think it was $155. It's pretty good.
Sorry. Oh,
in terms of games last year.
Yeah, no, he was great last year.
Yeah, 155. Manny 159. Arise 154. Bogarts 136. I mean, like, we look at that and go, that's pretty good, but he still missed 26.
Yeah, because he was hurt and he came back from it.
Miami, Ohio, we were telling you before, was down 5. They've come back. They've taken a lead here, trying to keep their undefeated season alive.
Do you want to know what happened? You weren't looking at the screen. It was 62-50 or 63-58 Western Michigan. Some guy hit a 3 and was fouled, and he made it a 4-point play.
That brought them back.
It brought them back to 1, and now they're leading.
Now they're up by 2, 31 seconds, Western Michigan ball, 67-65. So Miami looking to remain undefeated. We got to take a break. We'll tell you how that turns out. We have some sound from Sammy Levitt.
Yes.
He was talking to Fernando today. We'll find out what Fernando said when we come back. First, traffic and a quick timeout.
Now, you've been representing the Friar Faithful for a little bit here. Now you're out in the forefront. You mentioned family quite a bit. How important was it to get your wife Audrey on board with this? How long did it take you to get her in this direction?
It took a while. It's probably taken years, but I don't know. We were on the same page for a long time. For a long time we thought there's no way this is possible, with our family and be able to move them across country and take them out of school and all that kind of stuff. But we talked to enough people. We got to thank the Melansons. They kind of gave us the blueprint of how they've moved their kids from Florida to Arizona to San Diego, and we're going to follow that plan. And once we decided that, it was like, I talked about it a little. There was some peace that came over both of us to be able to say yes to this decision, because we knew it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Hard to say no to being the manager of Padres with a team like we've got.
Obviously, when you decided to retire in the 23, family's probably at the forefront of your mind. You've missed a lot of time with your kids and your wife. And now to fast forward to this point here, you're sitting in meetings at this point, interviewing candidates. And then, however long later, what was the timeline in between you interviewing guys or candidates and then all of a sudden having your name in the hat?
Yeah. Man, just to think about what my mind was thinking about 3 weeks ago was completely different than what it is now. Obviously I'm part of the organization and wanted to find the best manager for the Padres. And so I was in on some Zoom calls, to start that process. And then we and I were just having conversations about who we thought were great candidates and how we ranked them. And we got done talking about it, and he goes, well, I think I got you at the top of the list. And
he just dropped that on you.
Yeah, he just dropped that on me. And, it's a little bit of a shock, when someone, like AJ believes in you that much. And it pushed Audrey and I to actually think about this. And, is this something that we would like to pursue? If we got that much belief from the organization, we've got to make an informed decision. Yeah. And so then after that, we spent a lot of time, like I said, praying and fasting and thinking about this and how trying to map out the schedule and work it out with our family. And once we came to the conclusion we're taking everybody with us, then we felt pretty good about it. And we're able to say, if you're willing to offer the job to us, we'll say yes.
13 years as a reliever. You spent 6 here as a Padre. How has that shaped your viewpoint and how the type of manager you'll be?
Yeah, I think one quality I have is a little bit of loyalty, and I was lucky in my career. I only really played for 2 organizations. I played 1 year with the Guardians in the middle, but not in the big leagues. But most of my career started with Washington, and then it ended with San Diego, and I feel very connected to this organization. I feel like it is family. They've treated me like family. And so, being a part of this and being in this role is something that's very exciting, and I'm up for the challenge.
Now, you had to get it out the mud, so to speak, right? You weren't a high round draft pick. You're a guy who had to kind of grind. That's the word we often use around this game. How is that, or what kind of lessons from those type of situations are you going to be able to take into your managerial role?
yeah, maybe it's like people doubting you a little bit or not saying you're quite good enough. And there's probably some people thinking that as me as the manager, but it's also like exciting to prove people like who I really am and what I stand for, and, maybe do it a little bit different than everybody expects. But, those challenges as a player, they were so enjoyable.
Yeah.
It was so, you've done it before. It's like fun to try to get the most out of your talent. And as soon as I took this job, like, that feeling of what I was as a player, like, when's my next workout? When's my next throwing session? That constant thought, that feeling, that little nervousness, that little excitement came back like right away. And it was like, I definitely missed that. Now, did I enjoy the 2 years in between? Yeah, I did. I got a lot, my handicap went down and all that kind of stuff. But, this challenge has gotten that excitement back, that feeling back of I'm in the hunt with the boys, and I'm ready to grind it out and make something special happen.
Now, you've been representing the Friar Faithful for a little bit here. Now you're out in the forefront. You mentioned family quite a bit. How important was it to get your wife, Audrey, on board with this? How long did it take you to get her in this direction?
It took a while. It's probably taken years, but I don't know. We were on the same page for a long time. For a long time we thought there's no way this is possible, with our family and be able to move them across country and take them out of school and all that kind of stuff. But we talked to enough people. We got to thank the Melansons. They kind of gave us the blueprint of how they've moved their kids from Florida to Arizona to San Diego, and we're going to follow that plan. And once we decided that, it was like, I talked about it a little. There was some peace that came over both of us to be able to say yes to this decision, because we knew it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Hard to say no to, being the manager of Padres with a team like we've got.
Obviously, when you decided to retire in the 23, family's probably at the forefront of your mind. You've missed a lot of time with your kids and your wife. And now to fast forward to this point here, you're sitting in meetings at this point, interviewing candidates. And then, however long later, what was the timeline in between you interviewing guys or candidates and then all of a sudden having your name in the hat?
Yeah. Man, just to think about what my mind was thinking about 3 weeks ago was completely different than what it is now. Obviously I'm part of the organization and wanted to find the best manager for the Padres. And so I was in on some Zoom calls, to start that process. And then we and I were just having conversations about who we thought were great candidates and how we ranked them. And we got done talking about it, and he goes, well, I think I got you at the top of the list. And
he just dropped that on you.
Yeah, he just dropped that on me. And, it's a little bit of a shock, when someone, like AJ believes in you that much. And it pushed Audrey and I to actually like think about this. And, is this something that we would like to pursue? If we got that much belief from the organization, we've got to make an informed decision. Yeah. And so then after that, we spent a lot of time, like I said, praying and fasting and thinking about.
To you by GL Pools. Company trusted thousands of San Diegos to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say radio. You get a free month of service. Miami of Ohio did it again. They survived. Trey Perry. That's the name they'll be talking about in Oxford, Ohio for a while. Put him right up there next to the legend of Ben Roethlisberger.
I don't know if he wants to be there.
Yeah, probably not. Trey Perry, beautiful, twisting, driving, offhanded layup, off the window,
traveling.
Maybe a little. Put it off the window, rolled around the rim, bounced through with 0.4 seconds left. The Red Hawks survive 69-67 over Western Michigan. They go to 29-0.
Can I talk about the scoreboard guy? Because the little bottom line that has
the guy who was running the bottom line was an idiot.
Was drunk.
He put Western Michigan with the winning basket.
And it said final, but Miami was jumping up and down. I'm like, what is happening here? I'm so confused as to why the losing team
We take it for granted that the score that they put on the TV
is correct.
But somebody actually has to push the right button somewhere.
I always thought
evidently whoever's pushing the button for that game had no clue.
It was bad because they went to final with it.
Miami wins 69-67. They're 29-0. I want to say that I understand, and Jerry Palm was with us yesterday, the bracketologist, and he said, look, Miami, Ohio loses in the tournament. They don't deserve to go to the NCAAs. I gave Jerry his space. because he believes it, and he might be right. But I'm in agreement with you, Skraby.
Ooh.
I'm looking out for the little guy here. I know that Miami, Ohio's schedule, what did Jerry Palm say? It's like the worst in the nation.
Yeah, he did.
But you know what? They've now played 16 games in their conference. They played each of these teams home and away. They've answered every challenge. They probably should have lost today, but they didn't. They found a way to come back and win. They are deserving to be in the NCAA tournament because of their incredible record. Now, if they get in there and they play the 8th place team from the ACC and that team whips them by 20 points, then you can all say we told you so, blah, blah, blah. But too often in the minds of many, the Power 4 teams in college basketball are just so much better that the rest of these teams have no business being on the floor. And it's just not true. We did see the Aztecs go to the finals. We did see Florida Atlantic go to the Final Four. We've seen this recently. Miami of Ohio, I'd love nothing better than for them to go into the tournament and beat Texas Tech or beat Illinois or beat, whoever that everyone says they can't beat. Butler was in the national championship 2 years in a row. College basketball is such where that can happen.
I'm looking at
It's not necessarily like college football where, if Tulane plays Ole Miss in the playoff, Ole Miss probably going to win by 30 almost every time. Basketball's different. And to be 29-0 and just find a way to win every single game, there's something to be said for that. And, I hope that Miami gets in the NCAA tournament, even if they lose. So I'm going against Jerry Palm there, but
I'm looking at last year, and Southern Illinois University Edwardsville got in. They're in the Ohio Valley Conference. They were 22-12. They were 13-7 in their conference.
Yeah.
I know they won their conference tournament, but if they can make it, then Miami should make it.
No, but that's not a good comparison because every conference has to have one team.
I don't care about the Ohio Valley.
But they're in. That's the rules. So, and if Miami wins the MAC, then they'll be in too. The question is whether they deserve an at-large berth if they need one. That's where the arrogance comes in. The arrogance comes in that says there's 10 teams in the Big 12 that are better than Miami. Well, maybe, but you know what? I didn't see the Oklahoma Sooners go 16-0 in the MAC. I saw Miami do it. Some credit should be given. I don't know. My comparisons sucked there, but I want to see the little guy have the success.
Me too.
And the arrogance of the big guys gets a little annoying after a while.
Well, hey, they can just keep other teams out when they expand to like 85 or 84 teams or whatever.
Well, right. They're talking about going to 132 teams, 264.
That's insane.
I know. I don't disagree.
I will stop doing brackets if they go to 132 teams. I don't know.
Can you imagine? It would take you all night.
It would take me all night, and I don't even know how to do the bracket now.
You do struggle.
I'm terrible at the bracket.
I'm not good at the bracket either.
Are we doing
Because you know
one this
why
year?
I'm not good at the bracket? Because I always root for the little guy, and then they get whooped. That's what happens.
I do get upset happy.
Yeah, I do too. Like last year's NCAA tournament, I hated.
Because
all four number one seeds made it. I can't stand that. Unless like San Diego State were one of the number one seeds, but that's never going to happen.
Real quick, do you want to hear from Fernando?
I do. Tell me, set this up. What's Sammy say?
He's been batting in the cleanup spot so far during spring training, and Sammy, the media, stopped him before he left for the Dominican Republic and asked him,
"How's the cleanup spot felt? I mean, it's only a handful of games, but yeah, a handful of games. I feel great out there, and I love having people on base. So, better get those RBIs going."
Where's Albert going to hit you?
I got no idea. Let's see how that goes.
There's a lot of cleanup hitters in that lineup.
Yeah, definitely a lot of cleanup hitters. So we're just going to play some really good baseball.
Chris, you kept saying, and you're right, he's going to lose 40, 50, 60 at-bats cleaning up.
He truly is.
But I am willing to do that as long as he cashes in when guys are on base through the season. I understand you don't want to take the bat out of his hands, but he's got to cash in.
For this to work, and be successful, Fernando Tatis Jr. has to easily set a new career high in RBIs.
What is it now?
Right now it's 97.
Oh, yeah, he can get over 100.
He's got to have over 100 if he's going to bat cleanup.
110?
Yes, and he's got to bring the slugging percentage up somewhere more commiserate with his first. Did you like that word, commiserate?
Yes.
That's a good one. His first 3 years, his slugging was 590, 571, 611. The last 3 years, 449, 492. Last year, 446, which was a career low. And a lot of people say, well, he's trying to hit more singles. He's trying to get on base. Fine. Use that as the excuse. But if he's batting third or fourth, he got to get that slugging back up to above 550.
Yeah.
He just does. And he's got to drive in 110, 12 runs. And this is why, I'm kind of on Fernando just a little. Fernando presents as one of the greatest players in the game today. That's what he presents as. He's on the cover of the MLB game show, whatever that is.
The show.
He's named the starting right fielder even when he's not having a good year.
Yeah.
He wins the Platinum Glove. He's 8th in the MVP balloting. He's Fernando Tatis Jr. He's the golden child,
El Nino.
El Nino. He's all of this.
He also is kind of the golden child because I would love to play baseball like him.
Of course, we'd all like to have his talent. But I don't think I'm alone when I say that the Fernando we think is not always the Fernando that is.
Oh, for sure. We've seen it.
We need to see him dominate like Aaron Judge dominates. Do you know what I'm saying?
He should, if we're going to compare superstars, that is a superstar.
You want to talk superstar, then be superstar.
Yeah, you got to be
superstars.
superstar.
Aaron Judge, superstars. Ohtani, Acuna, the year he won the MVP. I mean, those are superstar seasons where guys carry the team the whole year and dominate in every category.
He has the talent to do it.
I'm just saying. But if he's going to bat third or fourth, I got to see slugging 550 or above. And that means he's got to raise it by 100 points from last year.
I feel like each year Fernando comes in, ever since the motorcycle accident, he's been getting more mature. He has understood his workouts and things like that, and he's gotten better each and every year. Last year, you said he played 155 games. I expect the same this year, and I expect a lot more from him. Because I say this on the Skraby Show all the time, Chris. Superstars got a superstar.
It's fair. He got 8th in the MVP balloting, which tells me he did superstar. But I watched the season the same way you did and everyone else watched it.
He went through a major rut.
He was not the superstar.
No.
That I think, people think he can be.
The beginning of last season, in the first month or so,
he looked like he was going to have an MVP season.
Is the guy we need for the entire season.
Yeah. He looked like he was going to be the MVP the way the season started.
I mean, he was leading the polls from everybody out there.
He was leading the polls.
He was. I remember asking someone about, Fernando's the the quarter season MVP so far. He needs to make it a full season, and then he'll win the MVP, Chris.
Like I said, he was 8th. I want to look at the guys that were ahead of him last year. Just real quick. I know we're up against
Can we present it on the other side?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll compare him to the other guys who finished ahead of him last year and see where you think. And then we'll get the latest. I don't know if we're going to do Sammy or not. I haven't decided. Come back and we'll all.
Well, it's a good thing it's not your decision.
No, are you deciding
Just
for
kidding.
me?
No, we'll teamwork it.
Gwynn and Chris will figure it out like we sometimes do.
From the first pitch.
we're going to just entertain you here for the next 15, 20 minutes.
We're going to attempt to entertain.
No, we're going to entertain. Okay. Everybody's going to be getting ready for their fantasy baseball season. So we're going to give you some insight on that. Before, though, I mentioned Fernando and him finishing 8th last year in the MVP balloting. That was 8 spots ahead of Manny. Manny was 16th. Just off the top of your head, who do you think had more impact on the Padres' success last year? I would say Manny. I watched every game. You watched every game.
Well, Manny did carry them through most of the year, but then he really struggled at the end of the year.
He carried them through most of the year. Listen to what you just said.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying if there is an argument, it's that he didn't have his good season while they needed it at the end of the year.
Manny ended up with a 795 OPS, so it did fall off.
It's ridiculous.
Fernando was 814. So Fernando had a better OPS.
How many stolen bases did Fernando have?
He had 32. Manny had 14. I was shocked when I just saw that.
That is shocking. I think Bogey had 13.
No, he had 20.
He had 20?
Yeah, remember he didn't get caught, or maybe only once.
That's why I like him at the leadoff spot. Get on base. Move it on over.
Well, he's got to get on base enough to merit being the leadoff hitter. Shohei was the MVP. It's hard to compare him or play anybody to him.
Yeah.
So
I don't think Juan Soto can win MVP unless he learns how to pitch here soon.
Schwarber was second with 56, 132, 928 OPS. I'm not going to ask Fernando to have that. Juan Soto was third in the MVP, 43 homers, 38 steals, 921 OPS. Home for the playoffs. Just to remind you, Juan. Geraldo Perdomo was fourth in the MVP. He's not going to do that again. 100 RBIs.
He was really he was.
I know he was good.
He proved.
Is he better than Corbin Carroll?
No.
He was last year in the MVP eyes.
Well, Corbin Carroll got hurt, right?
Trey Turner was 5th. Corbin Carroll was 6th. Carroll had 31 homers, 32 steals. Only hit 259, though.
The natives are getting restless about the biggest fan.
Paul Skeens was 6th, tied with Carroll, and then Fernando. All right, let's give you the biggest fan. Congratulations today to Teran Pineda. Teran Pineda, Pineda. Used to be a pitcher named Michael Pineda.
I recognize that
Yankees
name.
Twins, I believe. Teran Pineda of Chula Vista. Call us within the next 10 minutes, Teran. 833-288-0973. If you call between now and 5:48 p.m., you'll qualify for a grand prize. That would be 20 tickets for you and your friends at a Padre game with us in the Odyssey Suite with everything catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Remember, the rest of you register your name at 973thefantasy.com/biggest fan. All right, Skraby, what do you got for me on fantasy? Well, first you got to get me home.
Yes.
Do that.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Definitely seeing some improvements here. Northbound side of the 125 near the King Freeway. A crash has cleared. You might see a little residual slowing. Also, an accident has cleared on eastbound 52 near the Summit. Collision on northbound 67 before Bradley. That's over to the right shoulder. Also, don't say I didn't warn you. Caltrans is going to have 3 lanes on southbound I-5 at Gilman Drive closed tonight and tomorrow night from 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. So expect delays and use Interstate 805 to travel south. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3, The Fan.
All right. I think I love looking at the fantasy baseball list because, number one, it teaches me about baseball players around the league, and also it gives me a little bit of studying in on my fantasy baseball draft.
But also understand that it is still fantasy baseball.
Oh, yes.
That does not guarantee because a guy's highly rated in fantasy that he's a better player than someone else.
That's very true. Now, excuse me, I was going to – I think your league's rules, Chris, are a little too –
Stringent?
Niche.
They're stringent.
They're stringent. So we're just going to kind of generally talk about these guys.
I think so. I think you can go by position and take a look at who you think is the top 2 or 3 guys at each position.
Like if we go to first base.
You want to start there? How about catcher? We work our way around.
Okay, we can do that.
Can you do that?
Catcher, obviously. Well, here I have Fantasy Pros, which has all of the different rankings across websites.
Right. So who do they rank as the number 1 catcher? It's got to be Cal Raleigh.
It is.
But now he's not going to hit 60 home runs again. If he does, all the power in the world.
I can tell you as a fantasy player, if you have a good catcher and you can just set him and forget him, that is a huge thing.
It's an advantage because not many people have good catchers.
Yeah, and it's tough to like find the catcher that you want to use. So Cal Raleigh is number 1. Number 2 on their ranking, William Contreras.
William Contreras is a good hitter for the Brew Crew.
Yeah.
He also bats in the middle of the order, which means you get a chance for RBIs and runs, and he's got enough power to make it worth your while.
To rounding out the top 5, Ben Rice, Shea Langoliers, and Hunter Goodman. I know you like Hunter Goodman.
Well, Hunter Goodman, I don't like him. I mean, he's on the Rockies, but he's playing in Coors Field, and he hit over 30 home runs last year. I think he's a guy that you would be surprised, that a good, fantasy people are going to know who he is. Ben Rice, you mentioned him.
Yep.
He's a first baseman. And I know that he caught enough games to qualify in some leagues.
Designation.
He does. But I'm weird. Even if he qualified at catcher, I would feel some type of way about having him as my catcher. Because I don't think he's going to catch. He's a first baseman.
I will gladly take that loophole.
You'll take that loophole?
Yes.
I'm trying to see exactly how many games he caught last year so I can
While
tell you.
While you're doing that, last year
you know how many he caught?
0, 2,
no,
3?
36 games.
I was going to say, I thought that he was behind the plate a little bit more.
I wouldn't have known that. Yeah, 36 games at catcher, but
Austin Wells is their starter.
Yeah. I feel funny about having Ben Rice as a catcher. Shea Langoliers was a good name.
Yep.
I say Oakland, but the guy that you don't hear much about. And the rookie of the year last year was Drake Baldwin of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing to remember about him, he looked overmatched when they came to play the Padres at the beginning of last season. Remember that first 4 games?
They stole a lot of bases. He couldn't
hit the ball out of the infield. The Padres were running wild. I thought, man, they're going to send this guy back down.
Nope.
Ended up winning Rookie of the Year.
So there you go.
I'm looking for a guy that faded last year that bounces back this year. I think Adley Rutschman might be in that category.
He could be in that category. I mean, how far has he fallen? His rookie season was awesome, and then he has not been the same guy ever since.
Also, don't forget about Dylan Dingler, just because it's a great name.
I do like Logan O'Hoppe.
There's another good name.
Yeah.
I go to first base.
First base,
top there?
I cannot believe who they have number 1 in this ranking. Well, no, he's number 2.
Oh. Who do they have?
My guy, Nick Kurtz.
Nick Kurtz, number 1. I think they're overreacting to a great rookie season.
I think they're overreacting too. I really do.
He was great last year, but you'd have to go Vlad over him, I think.
Last year, he hit 36 home runs, 290 batting average, 86 RBIs.
He was great. He's not Vlad. Not yet.
No, he's definitely not Vlad, but he's number 2. And then number 3.
Give me another couple first basemen.
Pete Alonso, Matt Olson, Bryce Harper, and then Rafael Devers.
My favorite is that Pete Alonso is just taken away from me because he got traded to the American League.
That's why your league is so crazy.
That's why you don't like it.
Because you can own a player, and that player gets traded, and you get nothing for them.
You get the salary back added to your.
I guess that is
your
something.
Stash.
I guess that is something.
It's not anything comparatively speaking. The interesting thing about first base, you can look up and down the line here for all of the first basemen. You're not going to see a Padre on here.
No, because they don't really have one right now. I guess they do. It's Gavin Sheets.
Gavin Sheets. But they have a few ex-first basemen here. Josh Naylor for 1.
Here's
Ryan O'Hearn for 2.
Here's a name I think we should all keep an eye on.
Luis Arraez for 3. I'm just giving you former Padres that are first basemen.
Here's a name I think people should keep in mind.
Josh Bell for 4.
Sal Stewart of the Reds.
He was nice, sneaky guy last year.
I can see him getting better this year with the Reds.
He'll be better. We'll see how much better.
All right, second base.
Second base, all right.
Who do you think is number 1?
Well, Ketel Marte. He ran away with it last year.
Number 2.
I like Nico Horner.
Number 5.
Wow. I'm good so far. I don't know. Number 5.
Number 1 is Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Oh, no, he's not. No way.
Oh, he wants to. Well, he did hit over 30 home runs last year.
What did Ketel Marte do last year? Oh, he was hurt some of last year. That's right. 2 years ago was his big year.
Yeah, and then he had that whole thing where he left the team for a little bit. And
I think Nico Horner and Ketel Marte are, two of the best. I think Ozzie Albies fell. I think Bryce Terang would surprise you with how good he was last year. And I know that you like this guy, Luke Keyshaw of the Twins. Could be a sneaky guy at second base.
Yes. He was my sneaky guy at the end of last year.
Yes.
Michael Garcia is number 4. Jose Altuve, number 6.
See, again, Michael Garcia is a third baseman who might have played some at second.
He's got, if you're talking fantasy baseball, he is valuable. He's got second, third, shortstop, and outfield.
I know.
Because last year I fell into the trap of drafting too many one-position guys. And it was
it's nice to have the maneuverability.
All right. Shortstop.
Now, here's where we get into trouble with the Padres. Because we talked about this yesterday. Xander wasn't even a best of the rest.
Yeah.
But if you look at the fantasy rankings for shortstop,
he's still way down there.
I'm looking at just ESPN's only. Xander Bogaerts is, I can't even, there he's 20th.
On this list, he's 26th.
Yeah. For the money he's making, Xander's got to move up that list.
I do think their number 1 is actually right here.
Bobby Witt.
Yes.
Gunnar Henderson.
Number 2 for Fantasy Pros, because they're averaging every single score.
Gotcha.
Ellie De La Cruz. I like Ellie De La Cruz. I do. But he strikes out a lot. Strikes out a ton.
I know, but nobody cares about that in fantasy.
On-base percentage in fantasy. Gunnar Henderson, 3.
We just talked about Geraldo Perdomo.
Yeah. I might take
be a
him.
Sneaky guy. Trey Turner's, I think, is steadied but fallen a little.
Lindor. CJ Abrams, number 9. Bo Bichette, number 11.
Bo Bichette, not bad for 11, although he's going to play third base this year.
All right, where are you at? Here we go. Number 16. Where are you at with Jackson Holiday?
Shortstop? Well, he's a second baseman, but he was starting to pick it up. I need to see more power before I want him on my fantasy team.
All right, third base.
Third base, number 1, got to be Jose Ramirez. He's the best in the baseball.
Correct.
Oh, good. I got one right.
Number 2.
Manny.
Nope. Junior Caminero.
Manny. Who would you rather?
People,
I know he had 40-something home runs last year.
But I'm saying a lot of people think that's a Fugazi because it was at a AAA ballpark.
That's true.
I'm not going to take that away from him.
Is he going to be at a AAA ballpark?
No, I think they're back in the trop because they were fixing it.
I think Manny's the next. I know Bregman rated ahead of him by
no, that's the crazy part, Chris.
Only, but I
Jeff
just like
Chisholm
Manny.
Jr. is number 3.
Yeah.
We should take him out. Manny Machado, number 4. Austin Riley, number 5. Alex Bregman, number 8.
All right, what did I miss last year on Jazz Chisholm Jr.?
He nothing. He hit 31 home runs, but I think he was a 240 batting average.
242.
I don't think he was as great.
He stole 31 bases to go with 31 home runs. So 30-30, good season.
All right.
But
do we think he's going to do it again? He wants to go 50-50, Chris.
Jazz?
Yes, he said that the other day.
Have at it.
Have at it. All right, let's go to the outfield.
We got to go to, the whole outfield.
Yeah, this is craziness.
Well, Aaron Judge got to be on top.
Aaron Judge,
the best player in the history of the game.
I'll just name him. Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Ronald Acuna, Julio Rodriguez, Kyle Tucker, Corbin Carroll, and then Fernando Tatis Jr. Then
Pretty
you got
good.
Schwarber, Churio, PCA.
All right, so let's go back to what we just talked about with Fernando. Where do they rank him here?
7.
I don't mind if Aaron Judge is better than him. I don't mind if Soto's better.
Yeah, agree with that.
I don't mind if Acuna's better.
Okay.
I don't even mind if Corbin Carroll is slightly better.
Julio Rodriguez
can be there.
I know where you're zeroing
Ronald
in
Acuna.
on.
But Fernando needs to be next. Like, he needs to be where they rank him.
Kyle Tucker's ranking is all about what they think he may do. He was injured a lot of last year.
Kyle Tucker is still pretty solid. If
He's
you go back,
solid, but
no, he wasn't great last year. My point is, what have we been talking about the last hour?
No, Fernando
is thought of thought of as the 7th best weapon in fantasy baseball for an outfielder. He didn't perform anywhere near that last year.
In that regard, he doesn't even make the starting lineup for an all-star game on either side. You know, the 6 best outfielders are.
I'm just saying. Yeah, but look, defense, everything. Okay, fine. What I'm saying is if he's going to be rated the 7th best offensive weapon, then let's see that. I don't see that. I didn't see that last year. No way he was 7th best.
Jackson Merrill, number 19.
Jackson Merrill, I think, could beat 19.
I think he could, too. Some of the other guys, Roman Anthony, Jordan Alvarez. He's not really an outfielder.
I'm looking at the ESPN list only. Number 54, Mike Trout. Isn't that funny how things change over time?
You know who my number 54 is?
Nope.
Connor Griffin, a guy who's never played a Major League Baseball game before. Mike Trout, that is how the mighty have fallen.
Isn't that weird?
That is very weird. All right, we're running out of time, so let's go to pitchers. Starting
pitchers.
Shohei, Tarek Skubal.
Shohei number 1?
I don't agree with this. I think Paul
with that
Skeens
either.
goes first.
Skeens and Skubal have to be ahead of Ohtani.
But it goes Shohei, Skubal, Skeens, Crochet, Yamamoto, Sanchez, Hunter Brown, Brian Wu, Logan Gilbert, Chris Sale.
Hunter Brown was good last year, and you don't know much about him. Did they say Yamamoto?
He was number 5.
All right. Brian Wu?
He was number 8.
He had a really good year last year. Chris Sale. Hunter Green could be sneaky.
He could.
Every time I had that guy, though, he'd get hurt. Last year,
he had spent a lot of time on
he finally wasn't hurt.
Jacob deGrom is still up there. He's number 14. Nick Pivetta looks like the first Padres pitcher at 24.
Yeah.
Where's Michael King? Oh, he's at 38.
I would take Michael King at 38.
All right, quickly, the closers.
Number 1's got to be who, but it's on my list.
No, you're right. Mason Miller is number 1. Edwin Diaz, number 2. Andres Munoz, number 3. I think it's Johan?
Johan
Is it
Duran.
Johan?
Yeah, Johan Duran.
Okay, he's number 4. Cade Smith, number 5. Aroldis Chapman, 6. And then Josh
Cade
Hader,
Smith
number 9.
from Cleveland is an interesting guy.
He's filling in for.
Well, he's
the
not
pitch
filling
rigger.
in. He's the guy. There's no fill in there.
Yeah, you're right. Emilio Pagan, number 16.
Emilio holding up the fort there in Cincinnati. I don't agree with it. Edwin Diaz is number 2. I don't. He is gonna shaky blow a few more than you expect this year. I think.
Oh, I think so too.
All right, that was fun. We got a minute left.
I got to get to we're drafting here in like 3 weeks. I need to get ready.
You'll be ready. Here's something that'll help a lot of fantasy players. And I thought it was interesting. So I want to give this to you real quick. I'm not going to find it in time.
What are you looking for?
There was a whole list of all of these players, and there's a million of them that aren't going to be healthy when the season begins.
I know Merrill Kelly's one.
Well, I'm talking about guys that are way better than Merrill Kelly. I'm talking about guys like, how about Zach Wheeler? How about Garrett Cole? How about, I'm trying to think.
Lindor has a hamate fracture.
No, I'm going as fast as I can. Corbin Carroll, Francisco Lindor, Jackson Holiday, Josh Hader, Blake Snell, Shane Bieber. That's guys that are going to be out for a little time. Zach Wheeler, longer than that. Even longer, Corbin Burns, Felix Bautista, great closer. Those are like, you can make an all-star team out of guys that aren't going to be playing at the beginning.
You know what I did?
Ton of guys.
I took some of those guys last year and they burned me. I took too many.
It's risky when you pick them up. It's nice to stash them, but they eventually have to get healthy and do something.
And then you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And then when they get to gameplay, you're still waiting for them to do something.
And then they're taking up a roster spot. Tony will be back Monday. Good luck to the Little Devils in soccer tomorrow. Aztecs, New Mexico, big. Rest of the weekend, have fun. Stay cool. It's going to be like 100 degrees somehow.
Yeah, it was warm today.
For Skraby, Chris, we'll see you on Monday. Adios.
Bye.